Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope everybody drunk enough, ate enough, and then got really excited about a very Christmas movie, The Green Mile, that came up on the wheel. This was an emotional one, I'm guessing, for everyone. But how is Sandy and Jay before we get going?
Recovering from too much Christmas festivities and mostly too much food. How about you, Jay?
I'm good. I'm well. I can't complain. Busy week, a lot of fun, but a lot of much needed peace and quiet right now, I should say. Besides the company of you two, of course.
All right. Something just went weird. 2 seconds in the background. All my pictures just disappeared. There we go. That's always a good thing.
Oh, heavens.
Yeah, it's okay. I can upload them.
Hey, AWOL. How are you?
Hey,
Merry Christmas, AWOL.
We'll do that whilst we have a little. When I quickly just do that. Sorry, no, there we go. But yes, the Green. Now I must say the Green Mile. We can't remember who put this on the list.
It was me. It was me. I remember now. It was me as I was watching the film.
I think I would have done, even though it's a very hard movie to watch for reasons. Not that it's a bad movie. I suppose you actually want to put it that way. But why the Green Mile? And did you read the book?
I did read the book. So the film was released. I couldn't think of the word released. The film was released in 1999. The series of books, and I say series of books, was published by Stephen King throughout the year in 1996. So this was Stephen King's experiment with potentially publishing his future novels as serials, like old time serial, I don't want to say dime novels. But he published this in 6 installments over 6 months in 1996. And I remember picking it up because I had read some Stephen King previously. I did like his films, and I have a love-hate with Stephen King, which we'll go into. But I thought, oh, what a cool concept. And I religiously went back to the store. You could get it at the grocery store. I religiously went back to the grocery store every month when the next one was released. It was really tough because each book was relatively short, right? 80 pages, maybe 60 to 80 pages, and you could read it in an hour or two, and then you had to wait a month. And while it was frustrating, I thought it was kind of an interesting concept. He dropped that approach after this, after The Green Mile, probably because of the success of the film, but he decided not to do a serial for future novels. But I thought it was an interesting approach. Now, Tom Hanks, he is now our first actor to hit the number 4 on our list of actors.
So we had okay, Catch Me As You Can, Castaway, Green Mile, of course. Now, what was the other one?
A League of Their Own.
Oh, that's right.
Was it? Sorry,
A League of Their Own.
Oh yes, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because he's more supporting actor in that. Yeah, of course. Yes, forgot about that. There we go.
So
he's our first. I'm guessing he's quite a lot on the list. There's a few more movies on the list.
At least one more that I know of. Well, two more. Oh, now I'm gonna have to.
I have to think. I can't remember what I added from him.
I think
Apollo 13.
Yeah, Apollo 13. I think Big's on there
Toy
as well.
Story's on there.
I'm not sure.
No, it must be. I would have to look. There's quite a lot. Otherwise, it's probably going to get added. Everything gets added.
Not here.
Oh, this one got added.
Yes, this one. Did it get added?
Yeah, this got added late.
Late?
Or like
Was it a late
not
one?
not that long
I
ago.
Green
mean,
Mile?
I don't think.
I don't think so. Maybe. I
I
don't
thought we
know.
talked about this not that long ago. I could be thinking of something else, but I thought we
yeah.
talked about it not that long ago. Maybe that was a
And if
different
it,
one we added.
maybe that's it. Yeah. That's the thing. Is as soon as you start talking, you're like,
Oh, that might have been the Grand
good point.
Budapest Hotel because I think that one came
Grand
up pretty
Budapest as
quickly
well.
after we
Yeah.
added it.
Now, yeah. So this movie is, you know what? It's actually playing. Don't know why. 10 o'clock tonight on Channel 4. Anybody
gosh.
wants to watch it? So anybody, yeah, it's on normal TV in the UK. Yeah, I couldn't find this on any streaming site. Let's just put it that way. It was
Really?
very
Oh, it's
hard
on
to
Netflix
find.
for us over here.
Yes, it's on Netflix, not in the UK.
Yeah,
But it even comes
regional
out
lock.
it says outside your regional. It's
Yeah.
an advert thing.
That's
It's really weird. It's because they've like, unless you go for the premium top tier, because the new advert system they've got, it messes up. But this movie is, I looked it up. It is, of course, based here. The movie set in Louisiana, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But it was filmed in Tennessee,
Tennessee.
some California, and yeah, all around kind of the place. But this where it is mostly filmed, because this is 99, isn't it? The state pen, I was going to call it, what is it called in the film? I can't remember.
It's called well, in the film it's Cold Mountain.
Yeah.
Penitentiary.
And the actual original one, the real one, was 92. It closed down.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, I looked it up. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Because it's actually,
Interesting.
I hate to say, like when I show, like, what a beautiful building.
Well,
yeah.
let's talk about that. And that's
Well, let's get to that. Let's get to that. But yeah, the architecture of a state prison. Nice. I suppose.
You know, when most of Stephen King's films and stories are set in New England. That's where he's from. A lot of them are set in Maine. You know, and so when you first, for the first few minutes of this film, you know, you may expect that that's where it is, but right away, you know, because of the story that's happening with the two little girls and John Coffey, you know, this is the Deep South. You know, you absolutely know this is set in the Deep South in 1935. So you know, this is a time,
Great Depression, isn't it?
Still living through the Great Depression, still long before any civil rights laws.
This is, what do they call this? The Jim Crow era.
Jim Crow era.
There you go. There you go. I know my history.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, where African Americans, some of whom are the children of former slaves, right? We're thinking of the 1930s, and emancipation happening in January of 1863. So these are children and grandchildren. They were, in many cases, in many places, not allowed to learn to read, and hence John Coffey can only spell his name. They were, you know, absolutely treated horrendously, and personal identity was not a thing. So, you know, the ability, it was legal to vote, but it was really hard to vote. Laws were put, you know, the Jim Crow laws were put in place to prevent African Americans from having a voice and really any status in society whatsoever. And things like, now, in what is shown in the film, we begin in, you know, the swamps of Louisiana, and we begin the film seeing a father gathering a posse to chase down whoever took his girls. Now, this is not a random, you know, group of men going out to, you know, attack, or as we say, lynch, you know, an African American. This is a father trying to find who, you know, may have, you know, taken his daughters away. And, you know, in the circumstances where we find John Coffey, you know, he's with the girls, and by all accounts, you know, they are deceased, and by all accounts brutally treated. Well, what would anyone else conclude in that kind of situation? This isn't one of those situations where we've stretched the truth so far, you know, to pin a crime on an African American when it was not just. This was, you know, as they say, hate to say, caught red-handed.
But it kind of was.
This situation, you know, one could conclude that what happened is what happened. But
Mm.
what we have is a justice system that doesn't put any weight in the testimony of an African American defendant, and a justice system that doesn't care that he may be small of mind, he can't read, and he can't obviously defend himself. And so we find ourselves, with this little flashback. But now the film is taking place in the 1990s. The story is being told by by Paul Edgecombe, as we'll find out later, who is in his 100s. He's 108 at this time in his life.
And he's old people's home, isn't he? So he's a kind of, he has a old people's home kind of, everybody's there making, I suppose, companions, I suppose, like that, and they're all just doing things. It's, I can't remember when they said this one where it was, but yeah, but he's still, he's got his legs. He's
in Georgia,
an old man.
So
Is
it's
it in Georgia?
So this is not Louisiana. This is the Georgia home for, it's a nice place. Looks like a nice place in the hills. Place to go. But a theme that we've encountered, and we find it out later, although there are a few kind of hints as to how old he really is along the way, but it's that story we've talked about with the Highlander and with Arwen in Lord of the Rings and Doctor Who. It's the story of you're living so long that you watch the people that you've known and loved die, and you find out that this is a burden to bear, and he needs to tell his story. In this scene where we see this photo, he's going off for his daily walk, and he's taking a crust of bread with him every day, dry bread, as he says to the gentleman serving him. Dry bread is the best for walking. And he's going on these walks, and you don't know why, but hey, good on him. He's going on a walk early in the morning. He's, quote, escaping. He's not supposed to be out there. But he's taking his walk. Oh, what a dreary, I'm so sorry. I do like old people's homes. When my father-in-law was in a nice home near us, I wanted to be there. It was a nice place. This place looks a little depressing, I got to tell you.
That's it, yeah. But before he goes there, he goes to like a shack, I suppose you want to call it. This little shack. As I look in, and then that's kind of, it's nothing really said. It looks like it's abandoned. He has kind of peers it over, like kind of through the cobwebs, I suppose, like that. But then we go back to they're watching, I think, Jerry Springer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like 90s Jerry Springer. Yeah. And then they're like, no, let's turn it over. So yeah, they're all kind of having their chat until we get, let's go for it. I'm gonna end the poll. So the movie, could we get to see it later?
I don't know.
It's Top Hat.
Fred
Astaire and Ginger Rogers.
Yeah. So the question was, what does John Coffey watch later? So this is it. So this is he gets to watch a movie, I'm guessing for the first time. So yeah, the answer 100%. There we go. Top Hat. And yeah, so it's the music that hits him, like in the so he's kind of has a
cheek to cheek. Heaven.
Yeah.
I'm in heaven.
Yep. And he's like, yeah, it's a bit emotional. He has a little bit of a kind of near enough a kind of an emotional moment, not a breakdown, but an emotional moment where then he tells, and I can't remember her name.
Elaine.
Is it Elaine?
Mm-hmm.
He starts to tell his story, of him working at the Green Mile. And then, of course, yeah, we go back to, I suppose Louisiana, and we get what are they called?
The Chain Gang.
Chain Gang, that's it. Chain gangs, and we get
all chained together, building the roads.
And then we get everybody's they're doing all farm work, building, whatever they're doing.
Like we saw in Cool Hand Luke. This
Yes.
is our
Yeah. Mhm.
second or
Mm.
third prison film that we've seen so far. At least two. What was the other
Great Escape.
one?
Great Escapes Prison.
We had
Yeah,
the
the
Great
Great
Escape. We had Cool Hand Luke. Wait, we had one more. The French. No,
I can't think.
we had another one. It was an old one.
Oh, I'd have to look.
Oh, it'll
Yeah, I'd
come
have
to
to
me.
look.
Okay, it'll come to me.
Mm.
It wasn't the
See, this is
Duelist.
where ever seen a
Okay.
chain? Have anybody seen a chain gang? We don't have them in the UK.
We
This is
do
where Daryl's
here.
showing his like, what still?
In orange. They're in bright orange now. Hmm.
Well, we have people, bright orange picking litter off the roads. That's
They
it.
pick
But
up
otherwise,
litter. They do the maintenance on the highways. No, they're not all chained together, but
no.
they are.
This is where like Daryl's going to show his age. He goes, I remember the old days.
Oh, Catch Me If You Can. Sorry, it was Catch Me If You Can when he was in the
Okay,
prison.
yeah.
Remember?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes. It's not a prison movie though, isn't it? The
No.
one- yeah, no. But then yes, we see the state prison. Again, the architecture on this thing. This is what I wanted to bring up. Sandy, go with the architecture.
I love this architecture.
It's
I
really
do.
good.
And you tend to find the one here on the East Coast where you can take a tour in Philadelphia of the Philadelphia. I think it's called the Eastern Penitentiary in Philadelphia, and it's creepy, but not in a like. I think they're a little stately, I think is the word that we would use, right? These are grand facilities. There is an entire psychology behind the design of prisons. And I know this because I was a criminal justice major before I switched.
I thought you could say I spent time
I
in
was
one.
not a criminal. No, but before I switched my concentration in law to tax, believe it or not, I was a criminal justice major. And so I took courses and took tours of, penitentiaries and prisons and had a whole class on the death penalty, which we're going to go into here as we talk a little bit later. But yeah, the architecture, designed to be both imposing and to further all of the purposes of punitive justice. So, going to prison is obviously a punishment, and the number one purpose is supposed to be rehabilitation. The number two purpose, is supposed to be, um, deterrence, deterring other people from doing the same thing that you did. The very last purpose of punitive justice is retribution. It should never be the first one. So, you don't find the kinds of things that you would find, James, when I'm touring, the Tower of London in medieval torture devices and those sort of things. Although when we see old Sparky, we're going to think twice about that. But yeah, they're imposing, they're stately, they're sort of on the level of some of the colleges and universities built at that same time. These are all built like late 1800s ish. These great big grand institutions. But yeah, I'm all for it. I love this architecture, and I think it's also down to the way this film was lit and photographed. The cinematography is fantastic. As we get a little further in, we'll talk about how you can be in a prison setting on death row, and there's a warmth, I think, about how it was lit and how it was shot. But we'll get into that when we get into a few of the scenes.
Well, it's the same director as Shawshank, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
he
Darabont,
has that.
Frank
Yeah,
Darabont.
and he has that kind. He likes that lighting, but it works for this kind of having the emotional attachment to really a prison like that.
Yeah.
It's quite good. But yeah, from that we get an inmate turning up in the. I'm guessing it's a Ford, some kind of thing like that. It's not the greatest prisoner carrier, I suppose, like that, whatever you want to call it.
We would still
then-
call it, I hate to say, we call them all paddy wagons because our
Paddy wagons.
police officers and guards tended to be Irish, big Irish dudes.
Okay.
And when they rounded people up, they would say, we're tossing you in the paddy wagon, PADDY, like an Irishman, a paddy. Mostly up in Boston, I'm sure.
I was gonna say, yeah,
still
that's
use
where
that.
we've always heard that term.
There you go.
Yeah, prison transport is a paddy wagon. But
Paddy wagon.
the guard is noticing, something wrong with that. Something wrong with that truck.
The
It's really
axle.
low. What's going on? Maybe the tire's a little low. Something going on there.
I wish I got it could show the clip because it's not when I show the photo, you can't justify that little ding like
When
that.
he steps off.
Yeah,
it's like,
when he steps off. But we get our first of the Green Mile, and they've all got getting the call. This is Brutus, isn't it? So, but I think it's
Brutus, brutal,
brutal. They call him. Yeah, he gets the phone call. Yeah, somebody's coming, and then we kind of get the first glimpse of Tom Hanks as
It's a
Paul.
hell of a screenshot.
Yeah, but that's what it is. It's literally the pain of him. He has to have like
kidney stone.
kidney stones. Yeah, and he's like,
he says it's infection, but
really,
that's got to be a kidney stone.
yeah, he's trying to fast them. Oh god. So yeah, it's apparently it's as bad for men as it is for a natural childbirth. Apparently, yeah. So that's the comparison.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, but no, without any drugs.
All I know is I
Women's
hope I never
birthing
find
return.
out.
God, yeah.
I would just offer up to compare the size, okay? Just the size of a kidney stone and the size of a kid. But anyway.
But yeah, but he's in can't urinate, so let's say that. But now we get, and it's not a great screenshot, but it is great. It's literally dum dum, and it goes up another like 2 feet. And I do like this how they shot it, because you don't see John Coffey. You just see everybody looking up. Wow. How tall was Michael Clarke? What's it? Duncan, isn't it?
Duncan. I don't actually know.
Is he like 6 foot? Like he's got to be like 6'7"? Must have been.
I would say at least.
Or was it?
5.
Or was it 6'5"?
They probably made him out to be taller and bigger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he was always a big, broad guy.
Oh yeah, he was
huge.
This was only 99. I think Daredevil was like 2003, but a few years later, he was still just as big when he played Kingpin.
Yeah,
he was a big dude.
Yeah, and so they're all waiting. Yeah, and there we go. So we get the first look of
Percy.
And he's again. I plays a great baddie. I think the only time I've ever seen him and acting is X-Files, and he plays a really slimy, horrible person in that.
It's funny you say slimy, because I was just gonna say, even on this picture, you see he's just got that slimy look to him. It's kind of a perfect casting for the role.
Oh yeah, he's you just instantly you don't like him. He's like he, like the rest of them look like he always does it like his head's forward a little bit. He's always got a little bit of sweat on him, and he's shorter than everybody else, if you noticed. So it just makes him feel, and he's a great unlikable character, if that makes sense, because he starts off, you don't like him, he calls out, was it a dead man walking and all of that. But I just love everybody's reaction. Literally, this is what I said, like, they're all looking up, they're like, what's that? And like there's even comments later like, if he wants to escape, he can escape. He's a big guy.
We gotta do this right, guys. But I also like, from this very moment, and this is where, again, I mean, just even look at the lighting, look at the setting, look how they're dressed impeccably. I think you immediately know that Dean, who we're showing here, Brutus, Paul Edgecombe, the other guy, I think his name is Harry, those 4, not Percy, take their jobs incredibly seriously, and they understand where they are. They're on a place where, regardless of what these men have done, and they've obviously done horrific things to be on death row, they are treating their jobs and these individuals with dignity. And you really see that, and I think you really feel that, versus Percy, who's obviously probably both a sadist and a masochist. And I like that. I like how it really, they take good care. They stand in certain places when the prisoners are received. They have a routine. You'll see later when they practice the executions, they practice every bit of it. And it's not just to make sure nothing goes wrong, and it's not just to make sure no one escapes. It's to make sure that they're treating each prisoner, with some form of dignity. This is the last place they'll ever be. And I really like that. And I like the way Stephen King actually also wrote that in the book. He wrote in obviously, you could get a little more detail about each of these characters and how they, how they carried out what they considered to be their duty.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. I think kind of a big theme of what they go for in this movie is, or most likely the book as well, is just like what makes a good man, like especially even in the face of what many would consider bad men. Because they reference the term good man, but whether it's Tom Hanks' characters or all four of the guards, they're often referenced that by some of the prisoners. And I think it's an interesting concept, just having good men in a kind of scenario mixed with bad men, and what the reaction is or the response is to them.
Now, I always remember this guy. He's the sniper, isn't he? Is he?
He looks so familiar. I meant to look up what he's been in because he looks very familiar.
I'm sure he's the sniper. And is he in? Is he in 8 Man Out as well? Or is he a bit too young for that? Maybe
I don't see. I think he's too young for 8 Men Out. Let's see. He's in. His name is Barry Pepper.
I'm sure he's the sniper. I'm sure he is. This is where chat's going to be like, yes, he is. Or I'm sure he's the sniper.
And let's see. Saving Private Ryan, True Grit.
Was his name Saving Private Ryan? Was his?
It says, name? Believe it or not, it says Self. I don't know how. Oh, I see what it is. Saving Private Ryan. Oh, wait, that was the boot camp film. So he must have been in. Let's see. Goodness, he's in a lot of these actors are in a ton of television shows, and some of them are on stage. So he was Private Jackson in Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, I can't remember that. I can't remember if it was then.
Oh Lord, he was in Titanic. He was in Highlander, the TV series. He was a little. Yeah. But no, I don't see. When you say the sniper, the film, The Sniper.
No, in Saving Private Ryan, there's the sniper, isn't it?
Okay, that's probably him. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't remember the name.
I can't remember the name. I'm trying to see if but yes, it is Jackson. I can't remember. This is where geeky chat. Go.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But I think he did. I mean, all these actors.
Yeah.
They're not hugely well known, other than I would say Tom Hanks and Sam Rockwell, but they're in a lot of stuff.
Well, Sam Rockwell wouldn't have been at this point. Now he is.
Yeah.
No, not at this point. I'm saying like now, even over time.
Yeah. But like even I suppose you want to call it the main character, isn't it? Really,
yeah.
What I'm showing is John Coffey, Michael Clarke, Duncan. Is this his introduction? Was it like otherwise? Was it minor roles? They I'm guessing let's see. They had a kind of a set task of things. Has anybody got like music play? I can hear music in the background. Sorry, is it just me?
It's like a beep.
Oh, is that you, Jay?
I don't think
Not
so.
me.
I just took my headphones off here to see. I don't think so.
There's like music. There's like a chimes playing in the background.
Oh my goodness. It's the it's the sound machine in Baby Nerd Takes Room. It's playing a lullaby right now. I'm so used to hearing it that I didn't even notice it.
Oh, I was like, I'm sure I'm hearing some chimes.
Then it's got to be that.
I'm like, am I hearing? That's
cute.
It's doing like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. It's just on all the time, so it's like a noise. It's like living by the airport. You just don't hear it after a while.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's great.
Sorry about that. Let me turn that
off.
I know.
He was in Armageddon first, because that's how I thought I knew him. He was one of the drillers. He was Bear.
Yeah.
So Armageddon was his first film, and then Night at the Roxbury and back to
Wasn't-
television.
yeah.
And then he had the Green Mile, the whole 9 yards.
Mhm.
And then
Daredevil.
Planet of the Apes,
Yeah.
Daredevil.
Oh yes, of course he's in the one with Marky Mark. I'm gonna
Yeah,
call him.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've actually never
Yes.
seen that one. I've never really wanted to either.
It's watchable.
Oh, it's better than I expected.
That's the bet. It's literally, you know what? That was entertaining for
Was
what
it?
it was, and I don't have to watch it again.
Oh
But
my
if
God, he
it
was in
comes on, you
Talladega
wouldn't turn it
Nights.
off.
Oh, that's right. He is
Talladega
in Talladega
He's
Nights. That's
Lucius.
right.
Lucius
He's
is
one
on
of
Oh
one of,
yes,
I think the pit crew,
yeah.
leader.
How can you
my
miss him?
God,
He's a huge
yes.
guy.
Oh,
in the pit crew.
Oh, he's brilliant in that. He's like,
He is.
you do. Oh,
He's
Oh,
one
that's a
of the
good
voice
one.
actors in Kung Fu Panda, one of my kids' favorite films.
Mm.
And then taken way too soon.
Mhm.
yeah, I know. It's
For sure.
bad.
He was 54. You know, it's that
that-
age. Like there's that, that
I'm
myth.
guessing it's heart. I'm guessing it was his heart. He's
Gotta
a
be.
big guy, heart. You know, they all, you know, he just big, wasn't he? He's just like, you get to Andre Giant had stuff wrong. Also,
Mhm.
because he had gigantism, but this guy was just big. He was just a big guy, wasn't he? He was
Well,
like
if you
that,
look
so,
up all the young, reckless people who died, a
Mm.
lot of them died at age 27. And if you look at,
Mhm.
quote, old, unhealthy actors, a lot of them die at 54. It is true. It's a crazy myth, but it is true if you look it up. The one I remember, I used to love.
When did Richard Burton? He was a 50s. He died in the 50s. He's 50s,
Yeah.
isn't he? That's the next one.
I used to love John Ritter. What a nice
Yeah.
and a real
58.
nice guy
Mhm.
in real life. And I think he died at 54. And then if you ever watched Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, Lynn Thigpen, the boss on Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, she died at 54 too. And it got me looking at all the people who die at age 54 who are actors. So there's quite a few who die at age 54. So
It could happen. I've had it. Literally. For my kid, it's literally the lullaby. Yeah. It works. That's it. That's it. Maybe I was getting sleepy. I was like, what's going on? That's it.
But you could tell again from this introduction of this, they've taken the care to show he's a big burly man, right? The paddy wagon's coming in, dragging on the ground. He's big, he's huge, he's in chains. And right away when he speaks, you know he's a softie. Like he's not he's not a killer. But these gentlemen, they've seen it all. So they're not, they're not swayed. They know he's been convicted by a alleged jury of their peers, which couldn't possibly happen at this time in history for an African American man, but that's a whole other story. But Paul here, Tom Hanks' character, takes his job very seriously. And he has his own routine that he's going to go into the cell with the new prisoner to have a chat. And his, colleagues, Brutus says, you sure you want to get in there with him? You sure with this guy? Because again, he's so big. There's nothing we could do if he went after you. And he's looking him over. No, he does. He does go in and sit down with him.
But before it happens, before that happens, we get again, what is it, Percy's
Percy going
outburst
on and on.
again with what's this guy's French, isn't it? The
Edward Delacroix.
And literally he gives him a smile and he breaks his hand like that. So it's again, you got that set up, Percy's, and they all go, this isn't what we do. It's the routine and you're breaking the routine. But then we get then back to coffee, and even like everybody else is like, take his chains off. Do you really want to? Look at him. They're like kind of scared at this. It's great, and then
he says, "You gonna be any trouble? No, boss."
No, and it's just like that. I'm gonna say something, but it's probably right. Like the thing, it's that simple Southern accent they've put on Michael Clarke Duncan to give him that kind of respectful, but yeah, I understand the yeah, the African American versus the white kind of situation, but I don't understand it because I'm just simple. If that makes sense. If you
Yeah.
get what I mean, they gave
That's
him
how
that
they've created the
very
character.
yes, sir, please, sir, thank you, sir, kind of moment. Yeah. So yeah, but this is where he reaches out for his hand. Yeah, and it's
Now,
yeah.
I think he shakes people's hands
Mm.
to get to feel what they're feeling and know what they're
Mhm.
knowing. I think
Mm.
in this handshake
Yeah.
is when he knows
Mm.
that Tom Hanks has this kidney issue, right? And it's a serious, he's going through pain.
Yes.
I think it's this handshake. I
Mm.
think that's why he shakes his hand. He shakes hands with people.
But he also to know he's actually a good guy.
And yep, of
Yeah.
course, yeah.
But yeah,
Not to crush your hand.
And then is there anything else? Well,
Can you leave the light on?
yeah, do you turn the light on after on the night? And he's like, yeah. It's like I love that because it's great. I love that setup. It's like because this ginormous guy, yeah, I'm afraid of the dark.
I get a little
You make
scared
sure
in the dark.
yeah, and it's great. And they're like they're put back a little bit of like, he's not trouble. Yeah, and he's a little bit, yeah, they made him slightly what in their eyes, yeah, a bit of a simpleton. That's it. But he sits down, that's it. But then we get one of the other guards, what is this guy, what is his deal? But yeah, it's well, they froze him I suppose the arrest warrant and the transcript of the court of what actually happened. So he starts, it goes out to read what actually happened, and then we get like the court's interpretation flashback. I'm guessing we best way to call that until later of what happened. So we get the farmer that we saw at the beginning when they do the slow motion intro. He's there, everybody's screaming. And it's literally his son has gone, the girls are gone. I'm guessing because it was so hot they've slept on the porch. And it's missing, there's blood, and it's again we see some of the transcripts, everybody's things. I do like this, like it's again, this character's always in actor's always in things, but I do like how they kind of make it slow motion, like what we saw, like they give that bit and then they kind of make it fast. But yeah, he's got his posse, he's got the local sheriff, and then we see, of course, a doll, and then we just hear the screaming, but it's not from the girls, it's from John Coffey. And everybody's like, you see him in the distance. Can't show much, of course, of this. But yeah, he's there covered in blood and got two little girls literally in his hands. Let's just put that. And he's screaming a bubbling mess, really. That's what you got to really say. He's not crying out for help, he's just crying in pain, what we know. But it is, it's a bit cut and dry. He's literally covered in their blood. He's got them both in his hands. They've been brutally beaten in the head. It's not days of DNA, let's say that you could actually get acquitted. So it's kind of, we've got the posse of everybody who will testify against what did they just see. They saw this.
And one thing I think they do kind of clever with his dialogue here is because they've already kind of set him up to have a simple speech and not be incredibly articulate. They have him just kind of repeat the words in the scene where he's screaming something along the lines of like, I couldn't take it back, or I tried to take it back. I think it was something like, I couldn't take it back. And he says it later on too. And you find out what he really means by that is more about, not to spoil too much going forward, but more about taking the pain back from others. But again, if you're walking into this scene and you hear him saying something like, I couldn't take it back, or I tried to take it back, it just leads to more kind of evidence leaning in the direction that, he had something to do with it in the wrong sense, versus what we find out. So just kind of clever to set him up, set the character up that way. Yes, it does, I think, kind of create a gentle giant type of scenario where this, guy who's so large has just got the kindest soul. But it also helps in the kind of narrative that they're telling the story with.
Yeah, because they all just think he couldn't help himself and he wanted to, his power just killed the girls.
And so does the audience. I mean,
yeah.
if you hadn't seen this or read the book multiple times, you also think he did it. You do. But maybe there's a reason why. Or maybe there's something else there. I know when I read the book, I did not think he did it until much further in the story. I thought, his healing power in some way was to make amends for what he had done, so we'll find out later that's not the case, but the audience doesn't know that he didn't do it, but we're going to get little snippets and scenes along the way that are going to help the audience. And I like that. I like how instead of, just the truth being revealed in one moment, there are these little flashbacks and these little, whether it's reading the court transcript or when Paul goes to see the public defender played by Gary Sinise, you get these little snips here and there that help you to put together, oh, not only, is he trying to do good, but he didn't do this at all.
But yeah, we get everybody comes in. Yeah, it is what it is, and he's like, screaming and still in pain. And the sheriff says his words, won't be repeated. But yeah, it's when we go back to the warden who is who's going up to John with the death the death warrant, isn't it? Just the death warrant. Now, I would be surprised how long. Now, I know it's probably years because of all the things. How quickly could they be done? Tried, gone? Because now I'm guessing death row is years. You're on death row
tens
for
of years. With
Yeah.
all of the appeals process. It's a long time.
Back then,
a month or two,
really.
maybe. Yeah. Not that long.
It's like, it's Cold Mountain. So yeah, he gets it's been signed, sealed, delivered, and they get this is the date, so he knows. Yep, and it's all gone. But then we get back. We get a little bit of family time, kind of give John a bit of a substance to. He's just a nice man. He's doing his job. It's everything's like. Then we get his wife. Who, mostly it's like, how are you today? I'm going to see the doctor tomorrow. I promise you, like that. So like that. It's good. So they have like a nice embracing moment. So you get the kind of the outside environment a little bit to that. We didn't mention that. John did ask the warden about his wife.
Paul.
She's really ill. Yeah.
Paul Edgecombe.
Yeah.
Not John.
Oh, sorry, Paul. Yeah, so Paul asked the warden about his wife. She's really ill at the moment, and they're going to see a specialist. Kind of things that they're hoping everything is right. She's got to put him in a big machine. To find
now the
out
warden, though, if we could go back to the warden, there's another face that we see over and over again. This guy, he played Prince Philip in The Queen. He's been in a number of television shows. I remember him from the first of the Star Trek TNG movies, where he plays the guy who invented warp drive.
Oh yes, he
Zephyr
is. Yes.
Cochrane.
Cochrane.
Yeah, because I was big into Star Trek, and but he's everywhere.
He's the one character I didn't like.
And he can do accents. He can do a British accent. He can do an American. He can do a Southern accent. But he's another really good character actor you see everywhere. James Cromwell.
He was also the warden in the Adam Sandler The Longest Yard remake.
Oh, was he?
Okay.
I believe so. I could be mistaking him for another role where he was a warden, but I believe it was him in that one.
I'm sure it was.
Is he still with us?
He is.
Okay.
Yep, he is.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think he's one of those actors who looks actually older than he is. So he was born in 1940, so that
Jane
makes
Conroy,
him 85. Well, 85. Okay, right now 85 is a big deal. Yeah, 85.
Oh, is he doing the new Batman voice as well? Is he? I can see that on his list. Oh, he's in LA Confidential. What is he in
He's
that?
in a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Okay. One of the ones that but yeah, I
Oh,
would never have
iRobot.
known his name.
He was
iRobot.
Dr. Alfred Lanning in iRobot.
Oh,
That's
was
right.
he as well? Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, I wouldn't know his name. In
Yeah,
all the
it's-
movies I've ever
exactly.
seen, wouldn't
It's
know
one
his
that
name.
you've seen a
Yeah.
ton, just wouldn't be able to have named
Yeah.
him.
Never know his name. But yeah, so we get now we get the team getting again, it's showing the routine. It's literally everything's got to be right. And what are they polishing? And then we get the first look, the look of the electric chair. And what do they call it? Sandy,
Old
you said earlier.
Sparky.
Oh, smart. Yeah, that's it. But they're making sure it looks nice. It's fitting, you know. But yeah, whilst we get that, we get a bit of ruckus, I suppose you want to call it, down the mile. Something's happening, and we get a little mouse appear. Oh, I do. This is quite good. How they tie in the.
How did they train this mouse?
I think Daryl put in things. There was 15 of them. 15
okay.
and CGI. So they
Okay,
did
it had to
just-
be.
so
It had to be.
there's loads of different. I'm guessing there's a lot of take it again, and that's it. But we get Mr. Jingles, our first one, our first little look at him, and he takes they kind of take a little bit of heart of like, oh, look at this, something different, something a little bit sweet. So they give him a bit of
Breaks up
cheese.
the monotony.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, and they kind of it's great. A little bit of cheese, why not? And it's a little bit of a sweet moment. And he runs off into the padded cell, the solitary confinement. That this is what I like about this scene is they're showing they don't have to use it.
Yes.
So they are good to the inmates, or the inmates kind of respect them. To kind of go, yeah, we've using it for storage for so long, but they start emptying out because Mr. Jingles has gone in there, and yeah,
But where did he
he's
go?
where did he go?
Where did he
It's
go?
so it's a padded cell. How they get past, and all he does is they blame everybody else for letting him out.
You let him get past you.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. But it
No.
is what you said about how they treat the prisoners, and you'll hear Paul Edgecombe say over and over again that you got to keep them calm, right? Keep them calm. Talk to them. Don't get them riled up. And that's what Percy just doesn't understand or doesn't care. Percy just doesn't care. He's really enjoying being his little self, but he doesn't really care. And Percy, if we haven't mentioned, for those who haven't seen the book and the movie, Percy is a Nepo baby. He's the nephew of the wife of the governor. So he's got his connections. And so why is he in a job like this? Probably because, like today, prison wardens pay more than other police officer jobs do. And you probably get to retire a little earlier, and you get a pension. So he's just clocking his time so that he can retire on the luxury of the good taxpayers of Louisiana. He doesn't want to be there, and perhaps this is the only job that he can get because nobody else will deal with him.
But we get the next day the mouse turns up again, and this is we get kind of again Percy goes over the top, and this is his personality. He goes obsessive. Well, there's a mouse. There shouldn't be a mouse. Everybody else is like, oh, that's the mouse they said about yesterday. That's nice. And then of course Percy just goes full full nut mode. Let's
Just
put
a
that.
mouse, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
He's like, it's rabid. When he said, when it first came out and it, kind of scuttled in a straight line, he said, he must be rabid. It's a mouse, for God's sakes, not a raccoon.
But like he causes so much commotion from outside. They taste what's going on. They all charge in like something mad is like one of the prisoners are broken out, but it's not. It's Percy now emptying the padded cell of all the storage. I like it because they're it's they tell him, oh no, we did that. Yes, no, wait, let him work it out
Let him
himself.
figure it out himself.
No, don't tell him. But even at this point, we kind of there's a bit of understanding that he wants to transfer anyway. He wants to go to them to look after be a warden at the mental hospital, I suppose you call it, the mental asylum.
Probably to be even more sadistic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, death row is bad enough, but I really want to go to the mental hospital. Oh my gosh, dude, there's something wrong with you. And he make it his wish. He just make it his wish.
That's it, yeah. And then we get, he's I love that they come out. It's like, they're all just they just don't like him. Let's say that. And then even they need to know their way. And I like this. Like they now and again they put him in his place, but again, all he says is like, I can get you a sack in the morning. I know people. He tries to play that card over and over again. What makes him again? It makes him more slimy. Look,
who doesn't hate somebody who does the whole like, my dad's a lawyer. Don't you know who my dad is? It's just the worst.
So it's he's trying to pull a card that doesn't exist there. Look, we're a little small unit. Be nice to everyone. But whilst that's happening, we get the what is his name?
Arlen.
Do they ever honestly? So they do say. I was gonna say, I wasn't sure if they said it or not.
I think they nickname him, don't they? Is it the chief? I think they call him as well.
Redman, I think
maybe called him that or something. I can't really remember.
But he's
this actor is Graham Greene, and he's a Canadian actor. He's been in a lot of films, in Native American roles, like he was in Dances with Wolves and a few other films. But I just wanted to mention he just died not too long ago. He died on September 1st of this year. He was 73, but he just passed away. And on IMDb and some other sites are some accolades that he's gotten, as a Canadian actor. So, and a stage actor as well. So, kind of sad that he's recently not with us.
He's one of those ones. If you needed a Native American, I suppose you want to call it, they're the same actors that could act were doing the same roles, weren't they, over and over again for that. But he's again, wouldn't know his name, unfortunately. But I can't remember how they get him out. How did they get him out to do the practice run?
They tell him they have his family there and his minister there to talk to him. So, he knows, they know when their time's coming, but they say, hey, your family and your minister's here. So they are, and they go and they go send him out to meet with them.
And then this is where, he's gone, and then we get this guy who turns up now every time for a practice or to do the thing. He's he plays the role of the inmates to do the walk. They check his hair, get him into the chair, make sure everybody's doing knows they're setting. Now they've probably done this group probably tons of times, hopefully not 100, but tons of times. But again, it's just the respect that we've got to be on cue to make sure everything's correct and proper. That also they're being watched as well. And they go, it's everything's right, everything's in order. You know where to stand. You know what you're saying. it's just routine, checking it, and then we get straight up back from that. We get it's the, I'm guessing just the last moments, cleaning the execution room. It's literally to do that, and then we get the shaving of the head. Well, I do mention a little bit is his head shaved, and we find the reason why quite well is it's to make sure they put a sponge on the little bald patch, and what they connected to is because that will drive it directly into the brain. And water electricity, everybody knows it's not a great mix, but in this circumstances it's the quickest mix, I suppose you want to call it. So this is a moment that you see later, because even when he picks it up, you the water drops.
The water drips.
To the places. So we get the balaclava mask, or what you want to call it, over the head, and it's literally they go through what we see again with Percy looking on. He's not in the room. He's with the guy who switches the switches. So we get roll on one that puts the connectors, I suppose you want to call it. I don't the feed into the box, and then the command is after you say your last words, roll on two, and roll on two is this guy has got a big rubber glove on. And it's
obviously
it's and away it's the end of that guy, let's say. That is the players thing. And
well, it's not quite
the thing is that, and I'm guessing how many times so we get the doctor goes to check, and he just gives a little shake of the head. He's not dead. Like that. So they again
does again.
So it's he's now gone, let's say that. But we get again the slimy guy, Percy, and then we kind of get everybody else's kind of point of view very, very quickly. Is he goes to him, you need to rot in hell, I hope you get what you get, whereas everybody else is, he's paid it. He's paid his due. He's he's settled with the house, I think they call it, like
that's what he says.
And it's just like he's dead now. Keep treating with a bit of respect. I like that because it's like that. It's
well, again, it's the difference between good men and bad men. Percy represents the more aggressive side of how people would be to people who've committed the crimes these guys either have or allegedly have in Michael Clarke Duncan's character's case. But it's everything. It's the attention to detail, the sweeping, the cleaning. Like the least they can do for these men is show them some respect on the way out, even if they were awful in the crimes they committed. It's still important to show that decency to other humans. It's very they're very rigid in that as well, and I think that's kind of in a lot of cases what defines good versus bad, is how hard you can kind of stick to your guns, so to speak.
It's also important that the system works. And you hear later, when the warden is saying, you call that a good execution? And in the next one, they have to show that it worked. And that's why there are witnesses. There are always witnesses to these, to executions, because it's never a person or the state ones, it's the people really who've, made the laws, and these men are entrusted to carry out the justice that the people have demanded in the form of the jury and, the people of the state or the, country taking these actions. So it's a really heavy burden. Like, you often think, like, who would want a job like this? Well, it's a duty in a weird way. It's a vocation. And they take it incredibly seriously. And I like how they show every little detail that they pay attention to.
But again, it's Tom Hanks as well, Paul, is just plain like, can you just go? What do we need to do to literally let you go? And I'm guessing because he's the manager of the wall, let's call it that, of the Green Mile. He's like, you're not you're here because you've got and you've got a name in, and we didn't really want you here. I wouldn't have hired you. You're not fitting right. So what can we do? And this is where he wants. I want to do it. Kind of moment, isn't it? He's a sadistic git, really. Yeah, I want to be the one who kills him. Kind of, I want to call it. And he's like, if that's it, yeah, we can do it, and then you're gone. Literally, do your transfer, put it in. But yeah, it's you just need to go. You just need to go away. That's it. And then of course we get again the next day. Paul's there, and then we hear another rustle, and of course who's there is Mr. Jingles is back. I guess it's like this is where like sometimes Stephen King, I'm not a great fan of most of his stuff, but this is where he does it good because he gives some levity to the situation of a mouse. And again, it's like this, and it breaks up the kind of the story of things of like, yeah, we got little mouse, a little bit of fun, everybody's is a bit, it's just, it's it breaks up the conscious of we could just have a prison story and that would be it. We were just executions, but we got this little mouse. He breaks it up for us, and again, we get like just he's hating the mouse. I don't get why he's hating the mouse.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just like hating it. But we get Paul called into the warden's room, office or whatever, where they have a kind of like they've known each other for years, and I'm guessing it's probably a small community as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're like he's the manager, he's middle management, I suppose you want to call it, and he's can you what's going on? And he tells him like, yeah, his wife's got a tumor on her head, in her brain. How can I tell my wife that she's dying? And I'm guessing, was this a thing? Like I was thinking that the husband got told before the wife.
Oh, of course, and got to decide whether to tell the person, whether to tell the woman the good or bad news. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like mad. That is literally like a doctor. No, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to tell your husband, and then you can make the decision. Oh, it's a bit mad. But yeah, we find that, and then we get to Paul wakes up in the morning. What is the trend of things? Goes to the outhouse, and he doesn't get there. Now, I put this in there because this is our second movie in a row with somebody peeing where they shouldn't be peeing. Because me, myself, and Irene.
That's true.
That's it. So, yeah. He's in agony. I'm guessing the pressure just goes, and he's literally, painful. A painful pee. And let's say that. And then, in the morning, we just get like a game between them. The family unit of does he get assaulted? And he gets assaulted, but we get there, and then we get our next inmate arrival. Sam Rockwell's character, that is Wild Bill. That's it, Wild Bill. They call him Wild Bill, and he absolutely hates it. And he even had a tattoo of Billy the Kid done on his arm. I think it's on his arm, because Wild Bill got shot in the back, so he won't have that. But they turn up at the hospital. He's been now they believe he's literally been medicated up to the to the moment, but he's been certified that he yeah, he is sane. So he's on his way to the Green Mile. Again in the paddy wagon. There we go, paddy wagon. There we go. And again we got then Tom Hanks is again coming out of the toilet, can't in agony. Everybody's like going on, and then we get Coffee is boss, I need to see you. I need to see you. I need to see you. And he's like, give me a moment. You know, the phone's ringing. Exactly like how we saw Coffee come into the place, and then we get
Well, he even says, "Be careful, boss."
Yeah,
He even says it as he he knows,
Mm.
you know, he knows Wild Bill is bad news. I don't think he knows at this point that Wild Bill is who he is. Like, I think he knows he's bad news, but I don't think he knows what we find out later about Wild Bill.
Yeah. But yeah, it's he gets plays the trick, gets dragged in. And he gets hits the old guy. I forgot the old guy's name. Harry. Harry. Yeah. Who's down. He gets what's the name, gets a kick in the nether regions for his things after the scuffle goes on. We get again the slimy Percy doesn't do nothing. He just freezes. So he's just like that. He's just useless. Like, ooh, he's just absolutely useless. Yeah. When everything else is happening, the only person, Brutus, comes in. Where did you come from, you big thing? Smacks him over the head. And he's got he's had what's his name? Dean. Is it Dean? Dean. Yeah, he's choked. He's had him in a chokehold all the time, and and then this is where Harry's like, we thought he was drugged up. Did you? And they even say, did you read the medication things? So he's been playing them.
Well, you'll never make that mistake again.
Yeah. And this is it's after a while, like, clear it all up, clear up your mess, and then Coffee is still saying, boss, I need to see you. I need to see you. He goes down after I love that because like everybody out, and I think he sends everybody out because he just needs to have a moment.
Just needs to be in personal pain. Yeah,
I'm literally everybody just go. You don't need to. I'm your boss. You don't need to see me like that. So he grabs his groin after being kicked in there, and it's a moment of please just let me go. But Coffee is again, boss, I need to see you. He's comes up, he grabs him. I couldn't get a good photo, but it's what's his name?
Delacroix. He's just screaming like,
yeah, he goes. And he's he grabs him by the crutch, let's say that in the politest way, gets the things, the lights does what the lights do. And this is our first kind of miracle. Like I like this because it's where you do see the lights, electric chair lights, they kind of, it's his power, I suppose you want to call it, as well, coming through out. So we get him drawing out the
pain, right? And then
just
spitting it out.
I don't know, what would you call it? Is it flies? So let's get a lot of things. So we get,
I don't know, it's very Stephen King-ish though.
It's literally, I can't see it, you can't really see it there, but it's he's like coughing. I don't know if it's like supposed to be like ash or it's supposed to be flies.
Could be like, right? I think it's more ash myself, but yeah.
Oh, so Jay's audio's cut out, so he'll be back. So it's either things, but I like it how it for a big man, he's like, it always it makes him shattered, I suppose, like that. It drains all his energy. It's like, I've got to go now, boss. And it's I tried, but then Paul's like, what just happened? And he's just like, well, might feel a bit different. And then the first thing is like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Yay!
Yeah. And I
Whee!
love
Literally.
it. Just that that moment is like, yes, I'm absolutely cured. And I like it because we get from the family scenes earlier. They've not had sex in a while, so
He's
he
making up
he
for
gets
lost
home.
time.
Yeah, it makes up for last time, and he's like, even in the morning, she's like, "We've not done 4 times since we've been 18 or whatever." So it's quite an amusement, but yeah, we get a call, of what's it to say? But he's was it? I think it's just, yeah, the call to go. He's gonna go and see the lawyer
The
that's
defender, the
the
public
defender.
defender.
Yeah, the public. Yeah, um, in yeah, I love this when he goes there. It's just
Pingus
like,
Parish. Love it.
yeah, that's welcome, isn't it? Like, jobs in to get turn back.
Transients, turn back, get out.
Do you know what it reminded me of when I saw this? Is First Blood, Robo, Johnny Rambo in the Vietnam War when he goes back and they're like, "Yeah, no jobs here, turn back."
It's
And it's like that, and he's like,
it's what
yeah.
my dad faced. I mean, it's not not just in fiction,
Mm,
but yeah, my
yeah.
dad had very difficult time, getting a job when he left service. So yeah, and it's it's in songs. It was everywhere. Don't during the Depression. Like, don't come here from other places looking for jobs. We don't have any work here.
But we get now Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Where was Forrest Gump? Because we had now two.
And
like,
Daryl's right also. And so the Green Mile of Forrest Gump and Apollo 13, we have Tom Hanks and Gary Sinise in all 3 of those films
There you go.
on our
Yeah.
list. Gary Sinise is not a Toy Story voice actor, is he?
I don't think so.
I don't know, but yeah. We're gonna have by the end of Wheel of Film, years from now, we'll probably have 8 or 9 Tom Hanks films. That's amazing.
But I think it's okay. Jay's dropped out for now, but I'm guessing he'll be back. He had audio issues, so that's fine. But yeah, I like this because he's like, "What are you here for?" And he just kind of like, it's a meeting that's not a meeting, but just kind of turned up. Is like that, and yeah, he's and he carefully does it, I suppose, like that. He doesn't
I
want to
think
say,
so,
"Look,
yeah.
I don't think he's guilty," but. And then he's like, "Yeah, well, every person deserves a defense, but yeah, it's he didn't think he was going to kill until he did kill two girls, and then he comes to the story of the dog. The dog never, did anything until he took his kid's eye."
Mm-hmm.
And I like that because he's a bit pain, but again, a great actor with a little bit, yeah, it's things, but. Now we get this. We get they get reading material, weird towels. So this is again, but we get the mouse. The mouse is back again. So he's got his little cigar box that we see later. Is that cigars? Is it cigars?
I've never heard of that brand. I don't know any cigars really, so it might be. I don't know.
Yeah. But because of the a thank you, his wife for, I suppose, a thankful night. Let's put the most politest way of bringing her husband back, I suppose. She's got it cornbread.
Cornbread. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
What is cornbread?
Oh, cornbread. It's made with corn flour and corn.
Yeah.
And it's just sweet. It's a nice sweet. It's best with like chili. So you get really spicy chili and some good cornbread. It really balances. It's very buttery. It's very buttery. It's more cakey than bread. It's right in between a cake and a bread.
Oh, okay.
It's very
Never
sweet.
had it. Is it a southern thing?
Very southern. Yep.
Okay. So, but
and you make it in a skillet. You don't bake it in the oven. You make it in a skillet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But yeah, so he gets that, and he gets to well, I want to give somebody like thank you very much, but he gives one to Delacour. But you know, here's you can do whatever you like with it. It's it's your bread. And then whilst they're chomping away, is Wild Bill is like, I want some. Give me some. Why am I being left out? Well, one, because you're a very nasty man, and I think like even at this point, John is realizing, no, I don't want him. I don't want to give him any. He's like, well, it's your bread. You can do what you want. And this is where we get like kind of like again, it's I love this Sam Rockwell's absolutely going, his mental look. He spits in his face. Is it spits in his face? Oh, urinates on him.
Yeah,
Urinates
on him.
He goes past it. He thinks it's funny. Yeah, well, you did it to me. I'm going to do it to you. So he gets the big hose out. And it's you're going to be nasty. Well, we've cleaned. Lucky enough for Percy's cleaned out the
solitary room.
The solitary, and but you're going in, and he's like, no, don't let me, don't, and he's you go, you're in it, don't worry. So I'm just gonna change. Sorry, I've got something. So he's in for the night. Let's say that, and then of course we get this guy who. What do you give it? He's mud pie. Is it mud pie?
Moon pie.
Moon pie. Moon pie.
Chocolate, cakey based. Okay, I'm going to use the right word now. It's a cakey based biscuit to you, a cookie to us, with marshmallow in between.
Okay.
Yeah, they're quite sweet. Again, way sweet.
And it was a nickel. Is it a nickel or dime?
Yeah, how does he get money?
Dime.
Yeah, he's got
dime.
money.
Give me a dime. Yeah, maybe they're allowed. Maybe for.
But that's a lot of money back then, believe it or not. I mean, that's a
what dime?
That's a
What's
meal.
A dime now.
Yeah. Oh, dime is nothing now. It's like you can't even get a piece of gum for a dime. But that's a meal back then. That's like coffee and a sandwich back then for a dime.
Hey Jay.
Hey guys.
Can you hear us?
Yeah. I don't know what just happened with my audio, but I needed to reboot everything. But
we can hear you. You're good.
Yeah. 2 secs. I've just got something wrong about it. Keep talking, you two. Sorry, we're at the bit with the mud pie. The moon
pie,
pie.
Not a mud pie, but it turns out looking like a mud pie. So
yeah, I was going to say 2 different things, but in this case, not so much.
Looks the same. He's convinced and you think he just wants to eat a moon pie, but nope. He's loaded up, chewed it up, and he's ready to do. I've seen cartoons do this. Thank God I've never seen a kid do this in real life. But then he, he thwacks his cheeks and the chewed up moon pie goes out all over Brutus. And so he gets sent back in again into solitary, even after he said, no, please don't put me in there. I'll be good. He couldn't wait I mean, he obviously, this person truly has something wrong in his head as well.
Right.
But is here to just create absolute chaos and mayhem. But earlier, I think we forgot to comment on when he first arrived and he attacked Dean and was choking him, and that, Brutus had to come and grab the stick from Percy because Percy was doing nothing. They reminded him that they all saw him do nothing. So now they have a little something on Percy when this guy arrived, because they all saw him do nothing when he was attacking the other guard.
This bit, this scene, do you reminds me of? What am I? I'm a zit.
Oh, I don't know that. Is that something kids do?
No, American Animal House. John Belushi.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's a good old food fight. Yeah, that's a good old American food fight.
Like
mashed taters.
But yeah, he's like, what are you doing? He's like, it's just like that disgusting. Like you've been in it again until it's moon pie or mud pie, as I
mud pie, moon pie. Same result.
Now it is.
Looks the same.
Yeah. But yeah, it's everybody's now. Oh, you're going in. So he gets dragged off, and then we get now Our second execution, but this one is with the only way I can explain it, this is where I'm guessing he hasn't got family.
He's
He
got
hasn't got
no
anything.
one.
He hasn't.
So
So he's
Right.
I'm going like where I said John Coffey's a bit simple. He's really simple. So we don't actually know what he did at the grand scheme of things, but they because he's been kind of training Mr. Jingle. Everybody wants what is it? Is they say the mayor's here? Is it the mayor?
was it some kind of promotion? Not the mayor. Oh, I think it was
I thought it
someone.
was some kind of politician of some
reporter?
Yeah,
sort.
it was. Yeah, I don't know. And they're like, yeah, everybody's here to see him. You've done such a great job. He's like, really? They get him out of the room just by kind of lying to him, like he's and it is because I think they kind of there's certain tax. Let's say people just need to be assured, and this guy he doesn't have a clue what actually is going on. But we get everybody's this is it this is a janitor, isn't it, as well?
He's
Of the thing,
just a worker in the prison
Yeah.
that he said something like he's never had to put a tie on before.
Yeah.
Something about a tie.
Yeah.
And he's gonna chat with him. But
Yeah.
he also knows, like, it's not a surprise that it's coming soon, right? Because they do tell you when, he even says to Coffee, you got to know that, we're getting close now. That time's, time's going to be up soon. So I'm sure he knows. I just looked it up because I do remember it did say in the book what his crime was. So it was the murder and terrible assault of a young woman. Then he set fire to the house, and then he killed all the people in the house that were.
Oh.
So he did quite bad. I mean, to be on death row, you had to do quite bad things. He still did quite bad things. As much affection as we have for him as we're watching him play with this mouse.
But it's this is where Percy is giving his front and center. Let's say that
I want to be in front. And by the way, the chapter in this book, I will never forget turning the page in the book to this chapter and seeing the title. And after going through, and the book obviously meticulously goes through every step that they did with Arlen and the practice. So you're reading the steps, and so did this, and so did that, and this one did this, and they put the sponge in the water, and it's important that the water goes on the head, and each step. So now by the time you get to this chapter, and the title of the chapter is The Bad Death of Edward Delacroix, and immediately, because Percy's involved, he's done something bad. And I immediately knew what it was that he was like. You just know when you're reading the book what he's going to do, just because of the title and because they had meticulously gone through those steps in the prior execution and the rehearsal for Delacroix, which is coming up now. But oh God, this awful part. When you just hate a character in a book and then you see it portrayed exactly that way in the film, that's Percy. Like, that is Percy. Now, I imagine some of the other characters very differently. Brutus, I think, is pretty close to what I imagined. I think in the book he has red hair. But Percy, this is exactly what I imagined when I was reading the book.
But the actor does it so well. Just make you go, oh, I don't like you, get off my screen, but entertaining at the same time. It's a good on the actor to kind of embody that. You just a nasty thing. But he gets back, and again, this is where Percy again just being nasty, and it's his end day. So everybody's like giving him his moment, I suppose, like that. He just entertained somebody. Mr. Jingles did really well. And he's just the slime of him just faking it as well. But he's like being really rude again, just being to the guy. Nobody cares, but he gets too close to Wild Bill. And they always say don't get too close. So he grabs him grabs his groin and like that, and goes, come here. Gets rid of him. He does it just for more of a laugh than an upty. Unfortunately, what happened to Percy? He wet himself.
And now they
So
have two things to hold over him.
yeah,
That
so we
he
get that.
froze when Dean was being attacked, and now he's wet himself. And so now the other guards are like, okay, now we got two things on you, dude. We're remembering this.
Yeah, but on that, unfortunately, Delacroix he's laughing at him. He's laughing at him. Yeah, so it's not a good sign. So straight away in your he's gonna do something. You don't know what when you first watch it. You're like, oh, he's gonna do something horrible. But yeah, we get now. It's the is this the day, isn't it? So this is this is the day where we get then Mr. Jangles. Mr. Jangle goes where they're gonna give Mr. Jangles up to, and he goes off into the thing, and then Percy squashes him. After their discussions, give it to Paul was gonna take it, and there was a place in Jacksonville,
Called Mouseville.
Mouseville.
But yeah, unfortunately, he gets out, and then Percy crushes him with his foot. Everybody's angered. Is like, what again? He's like, it's a mouse. What are you doing? And he's things. But now we get
give him to me, boss. Give him to me.
Giving to me. There's still time. So he hands over the mouse. And now this is where everybody, they've not seen yet, is, I suppose, a witness the miracle. Again, the light. We see the little towel there, and again, the whatever you want to call it, the ashes of flies come out, and again, but this time he's revived life, I suppose you want to call it, and this time, again. I'm really tired. Yep, got to go back. But this is where they kind of get their uppance on Percy. He's cleaning the electric chair, and he's like, they're like, what? Mr. Jingles is still alive. Maybe you're that weak. They're like, we're gonna take the piss out of you because he's back. He didn't witness the miracle, but then he gets a bit cocky, and this is where we see Paul the first time they get him in, like, you're done here. You're done. Literally, after this, we do not want to see you back here again. So you can be front and center, but you're gone. You're gone. Don't care because we've got, as Sandy said, you froze, you peed yourself, so we can get things that we can tell people, and he would, he's ego is more important really than what he actually does a good job. So
we haven't mentioned only because we've mentioned all the other the other principal actors and what they've done. We haven't mentioned the actor who plays Brutus. His name's David Morse. And if you're a big fan of John Adams, like I am, the miniseries, he is George Washington. And he plays a really good George Washington. He's played in a number of other, roles on TV and film as well, but also he's mostly known as a stage actor. So he's another one, like you see the face and you kind of know who he is because he's had a smaller part, but I definitely remember him when I saw on IMDb George Washington. I was like, oh yeah. And that was a really good role. He was nominated for an Emmy for that role, for Best Supporting Actor for a miniseries or a television or a movie made for television, for his portrayal of George Washington. So I just wanted to share because I think he plays a very good part. All of the roles are very understated, right? They're all very understated except Wild Bill, except Percy, the ones that are really kind of the outlandish characters, and the rest of the guard crew, the warden, they're all very, very understated. They kind of just do their job. They take it seriously. And I think that's also hard to act to be understated. If you're an actor used to being, quite dramatic. But I think he and I think the rest of the actors also do a really good job with that role.
Indeed. But now we're getting back to the day of so this is where he gives up Mr. Jingles. And I read earlier that Daryl said, the wiping when he wipes his shoulder is because that was a real mouse and it crapped on him.
And it really did, yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah. And so that's why he's like, oh, they just kept
That's gonna happen.
Yeah, gonna happen. Yeah. But now we get the walking of the Green Mile. This scene is just like, it's horrific. Literally, it is, because you had, I suppose, we've seen the correct way of, the stage by stage. We've seen the reenactments, the rehearsals, and then we see, and it's just because the slime, everybody's there. Just even like, how you say, like it's just the way he stands, and I'm sure they've shot it in such a way to make him look, just a bit
smarmy
of things, and he goes to get the
well, he tells Edward first. He tells him there's no such place as Mouseville.
Yeah,
and it just, it just has to hurt him and hurt him and hurt him until the very last minute of his life. I just, what again? A perfectly drawn character for what they're trying to portray here.
It's like, we lied to you, and he gets goes to go and get the sponge. I'm not gonna do it. But he puts it on, and it's only really at the last moment. Paul looks down and he doesn't notice the water.
There's no water on the floor.
Watermarks and the water on the floor. But it's a little bit too late, and he's not going to jump in. But roll on to. And unfortunately, you're gonna go. He's gonna go smoking.
And a very long and painful death. And even the warden says, "Stop this." And Edgecombe's like, he's not dead yet. Like, what are we gonna do? We stop it, it's worse. Like, and as the leader here, he had to make that terrible decision. And he probably made the right decision. Like, stopping it would not help. Stopping it would probably be even more cruel. And so you have to think quickly about, well, what's the least cruel? Keep going and keep it going. And at the same time, lights are exploding and people in the gallery are starting to become sick, and they're talking about the smell, and he's burning from the inside. He's he's being fried from the inside.
But then at the same time, we get Coffee's experiencing it as well, so he's
feeling the pain.
He has the connection of the surroundings of what's going on, so he's actually he's going through the motions at the same time. And then we get it's a head explodes on fire. Everybody's running. The warden comes up and is like, what has gone wrong? It's like that. And there's even to the afterwards, like, the smell isn't going to come out of here for years. This smell is going to linger. It's like that. So I'm guessing it's burnt flesh. It's not on hair. Oh god, anybody ever burnt their own hair and gone, oh, that stinks? Can you imagine that? That is it's going to be horrible. But I love it because Percy goes to run off, then Paul grabs him. You watch what you done. It's like that. It's a horrid. And finally, after he's still on fire. A good 5 moments of your insides being electrified, burning to a crisp. Your body just then charred and enough to actually catch fire. It's not a nice moment, and we see kind of part of the body. Can't really show for YouTube, but this is where they literally you're done. You're done. But he's still Paul still be's honorable. He's like, he made a mistake. He made a mistake. We won't happen again. The execution, it was a good, it still happened.
You
It's
call
still
that
an
a good execution?
Yeah.
Well, he's dead. I mean,
Yeah.
to
Yeah. So yeah, it's and then we kind of they kind of you know have their words with him. He's got to go. And then this is again, it's while Bill is ripping up his room, he's seeing the lights, and he's had a bit of a fun old time in his mental state that he is, a bit of a nutter. He's wrecked his room, throwing everything about why he just things, and yeah, it's even John's like, it's get back, and Coffee's like, he's a bad man. But then we jump when we think something is going to happen. We go then to the next, I suppose, miracle about to happen. So we get to see the warden's wife. They're just having Melinda. Worse for wears. He explains that she's been shouting, screaming, like that.
Cursing.
She cursing, not as a lady would do. She doesn't know her own mind really at the moment. And then we get back to I suppose, little barbecue, whatever you want to call it, a little
home cooking.
Eat out. I think Jay, do you call it eat out, didn't you? I think it was last time.
For this, we'd call barbecue, basically.
Yeah, a barbecue. Where he kind of like
cookout. That's probably what I might have called it.
There we go.
That's probably what I called it.
That's it. Yeah. Where we need to talk about it. We've not talked about it. Everybody saw him bring back the mouse, back from the dead. Let's talk about it. And he's like, well, what do what do we do? We're the wardens, or what you want to call it. What do we do? And I love that, because this is where you get a little bit of they start to have a dilemma of convictions, I suppose you want to call it. It's like, we saw what we saw, but what do we do? It's like that. So it's
right. Well, at what risk too? Because when you consider what he's talking about doing, the risk is, it's pretty high.
We're all going to lose our jobs or go to jail.
Right.
We're
or both, right? So that's the kind of one when you realize, like, oh, yeah, I mean, it's that moral dilemma. Like, the right thing to do would, bring the miracle worker to the person who needs the miracle. But is it that easy of a choice to make? Which is, I think the way they play it out is really cool. Or the way they wrote it like that is really cool, because it just makes you think as you're watching it. And I love when movies, make you think about stuff like that.
Well, and you also get that these guys are close, but the wife of Paul Edgecombe and the warden's wife are probably close, because she's buttering them up with food again. She paid back John coffee with cornbread, and now she's buttering them up with a good meal. So she's also trying to sway them to help her friend, probably.
Now, Jay, you cut out. Do you like a cornbread?
Yeah, I like cornbread.
I need to try it. I need to come over.
You need to have some real cornbread.
Yeah, that's for sure. I had it once down in Nashville at this kind of famous barbecue place down there, and it was phenomenal. Up here, you get some decent, but if you go down south, you get some real good stuff.
It's better down there.
I mean, in my opinion, because I'm a huge fan of barbecue too, all the food's better down there. I prefer Southern cooking over Northeast, but
it's because they don't care about calories or anything.
Yeah, it's just about tasting good.
Butter in the
world.
Yeah, it probably is lard versus butter. Yeah.
So, they come up with an idea. We need to get rid of Percy, and we also need to get rid of Wild Bill. So with Wild Bill, don't know what substance it is, but they're grinding up something that will hopefully knock him out.
Some kind of sleepy pill, I think. Yeah.
Is it root beer? I think it's root beer.
At first I thought it was regular beer, and then I thought it might have been a soda. So I'm not sure.
Root beer. root beer soda, isn't it? Root beer.
I did think once you got a better look at the bottles, I thought it might have been some kind of soda. So I don't know, a knockoff Coca-Cola, root beer, whatever it is.
What is root beer? Explain.
I don't know. I'm honestly not a fan. I don't know if you are, Sandy.
I don't like it either.
Yeah, I don't
like
like
it.
What
taste is it?
I've never.
Tree, but
I don't even know
it's very
how
anise, licorice-y flavored to me, and I don't like that.
That's definitely a way to describe it. I really don't even know how to myself. It's a weird taste. I don't like that or Dr. Pepper, but they're both just too.
I'm with you on that.
Too odd of a taste.
I don't mind. Our Dr. Pepper's different to your Dr. Pepper, so that it's actually quite nice over it.
Your Dr.
Pepper's absolutely weird. It's just like, oh.
Yeah, it's an
about
odd
all sodas
taste.
are different over there.
Yeah.
Like even your Pepsi is different than my Pepsi. I don't like your Pepsi over there.
Oh wow, Pepsi's you have to go certain places to get our Pepsi. Our Pepsi's not Pepsi Max. They took the sugar out, didn't they?
Yeah.
So we got less sugar. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, if it's fizzy pop, you gotta have sugar in it. Sorry.
Well, I think you use real sugar instead of corn syrup. And see here, believe it or not, the corn syrup is better than the real sugar here. I am a Pepsi person. And
connoisseur.
Well, I always travel Marriott, and Marriott used to be like all Marriott properties kind of favored Pepsi. So even in London, I could get a decent Pepsi at a Marriott, and now they've turned to dreaded Coca-Cola. So oh well, I like tea. Tea is fine.
So yeah,
so
because it's all syrup bags. Well, no,
Yep.
But yeah, they get the root beer. But yeah, Wild Bill has been good for a couple of days, so they pass him over the root beer with the drugs on it, and he starts to feel a little bit delirious until he goes. But meanwhile, Percy's reading how to look after the mentally ill. I think the book
understanding the mentally ill, or something like that.
Yeah, but he's actually he's reading a comic book, like inside.
A very
particular kind,
vividly illustrated comic book for sure.
I've been polite.
Yeah,
but yeah, they soon they tie him up.
They shove a handkerchief in his mouth and tape him.
But I like it because they're like, this is your punishment, kind of like they've not told him get him out of room. It's like, yeah, this is a punishment. And then we get at the moment, here's again, we're going somewhere, boss. You know, we're going for a ride. So yeah, he's got clairvoyance, maybe, just sort of like, you know, it's something is that he can he understand what's gonna he knows what's gonna happen. But yeah, they go past, and this is where Wild Bill isn't all out of it, but he grabs Coffee's hand or arm, and this is where we kind of get the transfer of what we get to now. Then he knows. Yeah, he gets that the reading of men, I suppose you want to call it, doesn't he? Really, like just through the touch, so he can actually read his moments. But yeah, he's a bit shocked until again we get to see the stars. So whilst he's getting up, and he's just like everything's an amazement. Everything's like, you know, as a child, I suppose you want to think, he's like amazed by the sky, amazed by, you know, the smell of grass. I like he grabs a bit, and he's like, yeah, it's grass, and like that. But this is where they have the plan is everybody but Dean has gone, because Dean has 2 kids at home. So if everybody else is arrested, that's fine, because they've lived, I suppose, like that, and it's, you know, they can deal with it. Where he's got, you know, a new wife, 2 kids, so it's more important for him to deniability. But they get back, they go into the warden's place. What is, I think it's 3 a.m., isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's like, crap, is there a riot?
He's greeting them as you would in the South at that hour of night.
Yeah.
With
a shotgun. Yeah, shotgun. Is it the riot? What's going on? And then we get upstairs. We can hear his wife screaming. And then it's I like it when Coffee goes past him. He's like, you know, let me go and do this. So he introduces himself, coffee, but not how like the drink, but not spelt the same. She's still delirious, and then he draws out the cancer. Really, that's the best way. Yeah, the only way you can explain it, really. So, and then instantly, she's back to her normal self. He At this point, he's not coughing out anything. Now, this is quite important, I suppose. He's ill, exhausted, but he's not evacuating, I suppose, the dirtiness, the demon, the way you want to call it. She then approaches, gives him a crucifix. He again, I like it because he asks permission again from Paul, and he gets his moment. And
She
again,
said
it's
she
just a
dreamed
very
of him. She said, I dreamed
yeah,
of being lost in the woods and there was you and I found you and
mm,
I knew I was going to find you and you
such
found
yeah,
me.
it's
Yeah,
such a sweet
it is.
scene. It's just like because any other time, she wouldn't, you know, in that kind of scenario, he's the wrong skin color, so it's like that. But this moment, she's
He reaches up,
it's good.
she
Yeah,
gives him a big hug
yeah.
and just is grateful,
Mm. He backs herself, but then they get back. It's all happened. It's all good. We need to get him back. We need to get Percy out of the box. Percy is still, being an absolute idiot, not realizing his punishment and still calling, my daddy's such and such. I'm going to get you all the sack. Whereas this point, where Coffee grabs him as he goes past, and then this is where he uh, puts it in him,
puts
evacuates
the
him, or
evil
whatever.
into
Yeah,
him or whatever.
I
Yeah.
don't know what he's doing, like kind of thing. But makes him completely delirious because I'm guessing he realizes at this point he's a bad man as well. But I know a worse person, so I think that he's made him do it.
Mm-hmm.
So when he goes past Wild Bill's like choice words. Then it's Percy draws his weapon and shoots Wild Bill. And everybody gets him down, pins him down. What the hell's going on? And this is then we get to see Percy evacuates the out of him. So I'm guessing it is kind of like a mind control,
It
but it
controlled
makes
him. Yeah. But
for
it
that
also
moment. But
left him like it took his mind too, because
yes,
he's not the same person now
Mm.
after he's completely void of any kind of cognition once
Mm.
that's over with.
Yeah. And I need to go to sleep. But it's sorry, no, this bit is like, well, I'm tired, but I need to give you my hand, isn't
I
it? I
need to
need to
tell
show,
you,
I
you
need to
need to know.
I need to tell you, and this is where he shows the truth to him through Wild Bill, and we get the farmer, his family, and then we get to see, who was that working on the estate, whatever you want to call it, the farm. Wild Bill was there, and it's the pain of, because I'm guessing they see it through their eyes.
Yeah.
That's why he proper breaks down, because then he's feeling what Wild Bill felt, but of course he's a good man, so he's like, he's breaking down from it. And then we got we see everything. Can't show YouTube friendly, but then we get sitting down is Percy he's a catatonic, I think you call it. He's
Catatonic is
literally
that's the word.
completely out of it. They're like, what the hell happened? We're gonna take him off, and then
He ended up where he wanted to be.
and he's like, literally, a zombie of the estate. Yeah, it's literally way, and I hate that. Good.
Good.
Like that. Good.
Absolute
Like that.
justice.
It is. God, it's just such an arse. It's one of those characters you're like, whatever it could have been, I could think of something worse that could have happened to you because you're such an arse. But yeah, it's he ends up going into an asylum or mentally ill. Because of what he's done. But this is where we get, and then again, Paul confiding his wife of kind of what to do. You know, he's got this miracle. He's a religious man. He's is this one of God's children kind of like moment. So don't know what to do. And it's but it's we get things. He's like, well, what do I do? What do you want me to do? You know, it's great. And it's what do you want me to do? I want to watch a show. I've never seen the pictures.
I've never seen a picture show.
Yeah.
Nope.
So he gets the top hat. Again, we get the music we got from the start as well, and then this gives you a bit more sense of why he kind of breaks down, I suppose, as he does later. But it's just his face of just pure happiness of look what I'm watching. Like for the first time, I get to watch the moving pictures. He's just happy, just enjoying what it is. Unfortunately, it's we're getting there. It's okay. Oh, this is the bit in the movie I could easily know the movie and I can turn it off. I'm like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Oh, it's just, it's heart wrenching. It's literally, it's kicking the nether regions. Let's call that. And you have to endure the moments of like the piece of the show, and then to bang, you know where they're going. It's back to the mile, and again he knows it's happening.
Yeah,
he's not that stupid. But he's even when he's like that little walk and he's like just being friendly with them, just like it is, just like, don't worry, you know, it is what it is, you know. Time
it would be a relief, right, for all that he's been through and all the pain he takes from others. The end will be a relief for him, you know. It's hard, but that's what I like to keep thinking when I watch.
But he goes into the execution room, and he said, you know, they're there, and he says,
again, if you were in their shoes, you absolutely know he did it. So you would have no reason not to think that he did it. And again, the justice system wasn't as it is today. Even if you took the horrible racism out of it, it doesn't matter who you would have found in that situation with the 2 beaten girls in his hand. You're going to come to the conclusion that that person did it. So you don't fault the parents in a way. You don't even fault the public defender, because just back then we didn't have DNA. That would have been what would have, cleared him, maybe not. It's hard to blame. But for him, like I said, I just think, given what he's been through, he's got to be somehow thinking it's going to be a relief. But he's still afraid of the dark.
But that's it. Like, there's a lot of people that hate me in here. It's just like that. It's just like, just keep your eyes on me. Just don't worry about it. It's a lot. It's just like he's just looking. He's like, they don't like me, and it's just like, nobody should dislike you. He's such a like Jay said, like you're a gentle giant. Literally, he is. And then we get to see like they're going through their routine And yeah, and everybody's like, Dean, yeah, he kind of loses
Wipe
it, and
your
he's like,
face
yeah,
before you
what?
stand up. Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody else is like, I'm guessing everybody's biting their lip, like, oh, what's going on? Oh,
But Paul's
and
got to
it's
hold
just,
it together. He knows like his number one job right now is he's just got to keep it together.
mm.
Like he has to do this.
And like, I think it's good because the pauses in this makes it emotional. It just does. It just makes it, yeah. And the worst thing is, every time I see this, it's one of those movies you're like, just please have a different ending.
Yeah.
Please have a different ending, because it's just like, oh, and it's just like, yeah, it's okay, boss, it's okay. And he's just like, oh, what? And he's just, yeah, he goes into this, is like let's get him prepared, preparation. And he's, yeah, again, he kind of like, what's your last words? He's like, yeah, I think he says like, I am, what's he say? His
I'm
last
sorry
words.
for what I am.
Like,
Yeah.
what I am. That's it. Sorry,
Mhm.
what I am. And he kind of, again, if you're hearing it from the victims, I suppose, the fact, like, he just, yeah,
Right.
he's kind of admitting guilt in a way, isn't he?
Mhm.
Again, you know, it was too strong. I couldn't control myself or whatever. You don't know. But yeah, again, he's like, they're getting him prepared. And it's just that moment. He goes to put the hood on. No, boss, you know, don't put me in the dark. And he's just like, okay. I don't like to be in the dark. And he's just like, oh God. It's just, yeah, it's every little bit. And then we have just that moment with Paul's character. Is he just, he doesn't want to give the order. He doesn't want to give the order. He's like, he knows him saying, like, he's gonna roll on 1, roll on 2. There's no coming back from this. And the dilemma is, he, like, we skipped a little bit, is like when he has that lot of talk with John Coffey, he's like, when I'm, you know, I'm dead and I have to go and meet God. How can I tell him that I was the one who killed one of his miracles? Yeah, it was me. You know, what do you want me to do? And it's just, yeah, it's this bit just delivers that. Is like, what would you do? What would you do? And it's like that. Yeah. I think a lot of people now will go, I'm going to take him out, but different time. And it's just great that moment of just pause, just pause.
He takes his hand.
Yeah, and he just, yeah, goes in, shakes his hand, and he's just, yeah, and again, it's okay. Like that. It's just like, but that's coming from the guys about to get executed, and everybody's, you know, just breaking, you know, everybody's just breaking down. He's just, yeah, he's not giving the command. He's just waiting, and it's all just literally a good pause of just, oh, I'm not doing it. And it's only, yeah, it's Brutus who kind of goes up to him and goes, you've got to do it. You've got to do it. And it just, yeah, well, we got to do it. I'm gonna shake the guy's hand just before, yeah. And yeah, it's one last time, and then just when you hear it roll on to,
He just breaks up and he says it too.
Yeah, it's, and then, yeah, of course you get it done, and then you get the kind of a light display, I suppose, like that. The power blows out everything, and then goes back to 1990s. So we just had emotion with emotion, and then you get, I really, I think that you forget the beginning bit with this guy, and that the delivery of this is it's very emotional as well. It brings up that emotion. You had that, but how he tells the story about his lifespan and all that, because, yeah, he's explaining it to, oh, Sandy, what was her name again?
Elaine.
And then he's like, but yeah. And then she goes, the time doesn't work out. You would be so old, you know, like 19, I think it's 35, is it? I think.
Yeah,
the
he
movie.
was.
Yeah.
He had told her about having a grown
Yeah.
son at that time, and he says, "Well, you may have figured out that it doesn't add up. I was 44 in 1935,
Mm.
and I'm 108 years old
Yeah.
now." And, his penance, is having to live longer than the people he loves, but also to relive what he did for a job every day.
Mm.
Again, but he did it with dignity and he did it well. But
Well,
just
that's
the
what
fact
he thinks, doesn't he? That's what he thinks it.
that he has to think
Yeah.
about it, right, every single day.
Yeah.
And I kind of think in that moment when he took Coffee's hand, I would hope that it would be some reassurance for both of them that number one, they know there's no way out of this situation. John Coffey's going to die. Would you rather have someone who hates you like a Percy at the helm, or someone that you've created a bond with who's a good man like Paul Edgecombe at the helm? And you would rather have Paul, right?
Mm.
So,
Mhm.
as horrible of a situation as it is for both of them, it there because there's no turning back for both of them. Paul is there. He can ensure that it is done correctly. He can ensure that his men, to the best of their ability, try to, keep from breaking down and keep from something going wrong. And for John, he's got someone who, he's formed a bond with and who he trusts. So,
Mhm.
and while I guess this was not so great a film to come up in the Christmas season, I kind of think that's a good it's a good way to look at the ending, right? It's a good way to look at it that
Mm.
if it had to be anyone, you'd want it to be someone you trust. And if you could provide some comfort up until the very minute that someone passes, you'd want to be the person to do that. So for
Mm.
both of them, it was the best of an absolutely horrible situation at the end.
But that's it. I like that because this does make you interpret the
Yeah.
ending, because you get him like just gonna say like, let's go for a walk, and he takes her back to what you kind of just really saw, that cabin, and in the cabin you get uh, the cigar box or whatever it is. And Mr. Jingles
He's old
is
and tattered, but
it's
he's
old and tired,
still alive.
and this is where he tells um, he believes he gave me the gift of life by touching me. Something happened to both of us. um it thinks, but in his mind it's it's a curse as well, because the
Yeah.
curse is I've had to outlive my son, my wife, everybody I love, and he even tells her, I'm going to outlive you and I'm going to see you die. So that's it's because, and I think it's like this, it's guilt because he didn't let him
Yep.
go. I think that's in his head as well. You know, it's my curse is anybody I have attachment to, I will see dead, and like that. So it's I can't fully love anybody anymore, because I'm just gonna have the same hurt, but I've got to take that hurt, I suppose, that because I killed a miracle. I killed a
Mhm.
miracle. So it's good, but it's everlasting life, like we saw a Highlander kind of thing, like we
Yeah.
saw. But this old and grey.
He
But
can't
then
do
we
the
get
little spool trick
he can't do
anymore.
it. Yeah,
Oh,
half right.
gonna
But
give him a
then
funeral.
she dies. So it must be a year, maybe 6 months or whatever it's going to
A
be.
few more years, yeah.
Going to be. He's just kind of remembering uh, the times, and he goes back to where we see Mr. Jingles comes back after being lost. This bit is just really faded out, and then we kind of get like his place looks like the Green Mile. I was going to flick it through, so where he lives is kind of they played it across
Because
that.
they all die. All the people in
Yeah.
those rooms will die,
Hmm.
during his life, just like all the people in the cells died.
Yeah, and then we get him asleep, but can't. He's always said he can't really sleep. Moves over, and we get the crossover is if how long could he make a mouse live? So how long have I got? And that's why he stays awake at night. It's well, if he can make a mouse live this long, how long have I got? And it's just that the heartbeat of the of the mouse that we see, and it just fades in. It's just great. Now, one thing we didn't say is the music setting in this. I think it's great. The music to set everything, give it that tone of this movie is absolutely, I think, great, and it gets you in the heart. Let's say that. So that's good. But Sandy, as you believe this was your pick, do you want to go? Because I'm guessing we got some numbers.
I
How's that?
am going to pull up. Let's see. First, let's pull up just a few of the notes. I think we already covered most of this. I can't believe we're on Film Club number 67. When I scroll through, because I number all my files, it blows my mind that we're on number 67. So as I mentioned, this was released in 1999. It was based on a 6-part serial novel by Stephen King, published over 6 months in 1996, directed by Frank Darabont. And we already mentioned all the, this is just a few of the amazing actors. And we mentioned already where it was filmed. So it was filmed at the abandoned Tennessee State Prison, not Prion, which was set as the fictional Cold Mountain, Louisiana State Penitentiary. And let's look at the numbers, and we'll see if this was a hit. It absolutely was a box office hit for a number of reasons. Number one being Tom Hanks. This is in that heyday of Tom Hanks. I think we're still in the heyday of Tom Hanks. I just seem to think that he's definitely going to be a box office draw, but it was also the heyday of Stephen King. This was made for a $60 million budget, quite modest, and a lot of that probably went to Tom Hanks because there really wasn't much to the set or special effects for this film. So 60 million today, that'd be 118 million. It made 286 million. That would be 565 adjusted for inflation. So definitely a box office hit. It received Oscar nominations for Best Picture, Supporting Actor, that was for Michael Clarke Duncan, Sound, and for Adapted Screenplay, but it didn't win anything. It was not nominated for any BAFTAs, and in a sense, it was quite overlooked. And here's why. I think it was overlooked because people may have had a first reaction to this as being kind of a depressing film, maybe. I think you need to watch this film 2 or 3 times to appreciate all the elements of the film. That's just me. It was the 10th highest grossing film of 1999, but check out the top 5. Star Wars, The Phantom Menace. Oh my gosh, that was 1999. The Sixth Sense, Toy Story 2 with Tom Hanks in Toy Story 2. The Matrix was number 4 that year, and Tarzan was number 5 that year.
Yeah, there you go.
That's quite high up on the list. I know you're a fan.
I am a fan.
But it did really well. And for me, would you like me to go first since I selected this film?
I was going to say, like, I before you go things,
Yeah.
I bet you with the budget, because you think actually the most 80% is that little Green Mile.
Yeah.
Was things how it must have gone like that's why I think this movie does quite well is because they got the budget to give the actors some money.
Yeah,
They
I
got
think
some
so.
good supporting
Good
actors. Like Tom
actors.
Hanks is going to be a draw, but they got the ones who are like, oh, you're good at your game, and we can give you a little bit more to get you invested into it. Because
I would hope.
yeah, I bet you renting like an abandoned like prison isn't going to be that bad. And then what we got, like 2 houses, really, like really in the middle of nowhere, a farm shot, a couple of dirt roads. That is really it. And then like the execution like thing could have been a barn anywhere. I bet you that was a lot on somewhere in like one of the lots. Rest of it, yeah, it's for set wise, it's not that bad. It's quite good. Like even if they they wanted to like make the set the Green Mile, and they said, oh, we took a picture and then just made the set. It was, yeah, it's cheap because it's all done in WeBet. So for shooting wise, the production must have been very quickly turned over. So yeah, I get you. Yeah, I bet he made 20 million. I bet you he made 20 million.
Oh, I'm sure at that time, 100%.
Yeah.
He was a box office
Yeah.
draw.
So
And
I bet
he's
you
doing Toy Story the same year, Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
So It's
Yeah, I bet the actors was over 60 million. I bet you that was, it was most of most like literally hitting there, and the rest is just little bit of production value. But,
I would hope so. I feel that they earned it. I really
Yeah.
do feel that they earned
Mhm.
it.
Go on then, Sandy. Sorry.
Well, I selected this film. I do remember selecting this film. I just, it's one of those very well-made, well-executed adaptations of a book. And a book that I really liked. And I mentioned earlier, I have a love-hate with Stephen King. I love his concepts, but he can never stick the landing, right? I don't like his endings, except in a very few. This is one that I do, as much as we don't want this ending, I like this ending. This is the right ending to this book. Some others that I think he did well, obviously, The Shawshank Redemption and Stand By Me, but those are shorter stories. They're short stories. They're not,
Mhm.
full-blown novels. And then Misery's pretty awesome too. But I think this is probably the best executed on screen, even better than Shawshank. I think this one is executed the best. It's the most faithful to the book, and I think it's the whole package. I also think that um, the actors really portray what was in the book, and I really do admire when screenwriters stick to the story. Right?
Mhm.
You need to honor what the writer wrote, what the creator made, and I like when that happens, and I think that's why Stephen King, didn't get along with so many producers, directors, et cetera, who really turned what he wrote. And I think the most famous one is The Shining, because he really, really did not like the way The Shining was produced. Um, but let's just chat for a second about what this film really is. This film, the inspiration for this film, this is a morality tale. This is commentary on the death penalty in America, but it's handled so well. This is a morality tale that is not hitting you over the head with outrageous, either to the far right or to the far left of the political spectrum, with, outrageous, exaggerated commentary to try to sell a point. This could have really happened, other than the supernatural parts of it, of course. But everything else about this film could have really happened, and probably did really happen multiple times in the Deep South. Um, as extreme as Stephen King is as a person, personally, outside of his writing, and the wacky things he says politically, he handles this very important issue extraordinarily well in this book. And I think the filmmakers handle it very well in the film. Um, there's been a debate across the United States for a long time about the death penalty and abolishing it nationally. Some states have it, some states don't have it. This film, through the three executions that you see, handle the three prime arguments to abolish the death penalty, whichever side you fall on that argument. The first execution of Arlen, and the first argument that people make for abolishing the death penalty is usually that it is cruel. It is excessively cruel. And the Eighth Amendment to our Constitution prohibits cruel and unusual punishment. But yet we still have the death penalty because we feel it fits the crime. In that first execution, if you recall, Arlen, after the first round, is still alive. And so they have to do it again. And those are examples used by people who oppose the death penalty all the time, that, hey, even the most sure death penalty method doesn't always work. And so that's the cruelty argument. The second execution we see illustrates the argument that the death penalty, for some juries, judges, etc., prosecutors, could feel more like retribution, which should not be a goal of the criminal justice system. The criminal justice system should pursue rehabilitation first, and then, what do you call it? Preventing the others from happening. What is it called? Deterrence. Sorry, deterrence. And it shouldn't be retribution. With Delacroix's execution, that was Percy being excessively devious and wanting to punish him, wanting him to feel retribution for his crime. So that's reason number 2 why folks, want to abolish the death penalty. Reason number 3 is the disproportionate discriminatory use of the death penalty, and that is exemplified in John Coffey's execution, where because of all the circumstances that we know truly happened, he was convicted of a crime that he didn't commit, and there was probably quite a bit of discrimination and racism that led to that. So you wouldn't know that, right? You're watching a film, you're watching a well sewn together story with these supernatural elements. But really looking a little further, this is what I think Stephen King was trying to say was, he's trying to share a bit about his view and some folks' view about, the death penalty in America. Now, the last part of that kind of calculus that he puts into telling this morality tale is how those individuals whose job it is to carry out the death penalty, how they treat it. And Stephen King, being the person that he is today, could have gone really far into maybe all of those prison guards being, cruel and devious and malicious, but he didn't. He only chose one person to be that. He chose Percy to be that way. And he chose Percy as the foil against 4 other very good men, 4 other good men who wanted to do it the right way. And I think it was really important to show that. He treats the vast majority of the guards, the executioners, as, treating that process with dignity and with purpose. For all of that aside, I think that adds to the complexity and the interest of this film. You can watch this film just for the story it is. You can watch this film and you can appreciate the cinematography. To your point, James, the music, the sound, the very sparing use of special effects. They could have had lights and fireworks going off everywhere, but they chose a very simple look. They chose a warmth to the lighting that kind of draws you in, that makes you feel sympathy for all of the prisoners on that block. It makes you feel a lot of sympathy for the guards and the executioners that have to carry it out. For all of that, I think that warrants multiple watches of this film. I think it's one that we kind of talked last time quickly about, oh my gosh, there are those films that you see once and you never want to see it again. They're so good, but you never want to see it again. I recommend watching this multiple times to get more out of it. Again, I've talked a lot about the politics here of death penalty, but not, I'm not being preachy, and Stephen King wasn't being preachy. He was, very carefully and delicately just, conveying a tale of morality here. I gave this film an 8 and a strong recommend for a multiple watch. And I know we drew this film around Christmas. And it's a hard watch, but at the end, because I do feel that the ending brings relief for John Coffey, it doesn't quite bring relief for Paul Edgecombe, the person that you felt more sympathy to. He's the one who's relieved, and he's in heaven, right? Just like the song. Whereas Paul Edgecombe has to carry the burden. That's a tough watch during the holidays. But I think when you think about it, it's the right ending. And for Stephen King and for a Stephen King story, I think his endings usually fall short. This is the one where he gets the ending right.
Oh, very well said.
Yeah, well said. Jay, shall I go? Because I went last time.
Yeah, feel free.
First? Yeah. This movie, like when I first watched it, I must say everybody was raving about it, and I was more surprised about the sci-fi element to it. It's got very you have to think, if you think it's fantasy, biblical, or sci-fi, it's up to you. And I watched it, and it's one of those movies you stand and go, oh, that done me. That amazed me and done me. And I think you're going to probably agree to sentiment. I hate watching this movie in a way because I know what's going to happen to me because I'm invested so much. Every time I get to certain points, I'm like, please, please, please. And it's great. I love those movies that you like. I love to watch it because I'm a movie buff and I've watched this multiple times. But there's points I'm like, oh, I don't want to watch this bit. I don't want to watch this bit. I know, and I turn into a little baby. There is no way in any watch I've done this that I've not gone like that. I've literally am a crying little girl in certain scenes. It's great. I adore it, and I hate it because you like. I know I've watched it multiple times. I'm gonna be okay this time. I'm gonna be okay. I know and then I just literally, I'm like, oh, the emotion comes. You get it. You know when you get it in, you get it there. You get it in your gut. You're like, oh, it's great for that. I think like it's over like 3 hours 20 minutes or something like that, and I was trying to like be anal about it in the best way I could be. Is could you edit anything out of the movie? And I was trying to watch it in that kind of thing. I was like, it's a long movie. Maybe, there's a lot of people will be like, this is a 3-hour movie. I couldn't do it. I couldn't say that needed to be edited out. And I think that's a great point of the director. If you got that much great dialogue, that is simple dialogue in so many different aspects of like the first execution, second execution. Like you could go like, these are the stages of the movie. I can't see any bit I would edit out, even like the really pauses, like the John Coffey Paul interactions are needed, but it's all the supporting actors. I think that's what makes this movie really great, is because you believe everything they do as well. Like Percy is a slime ball, you got that, but it's even like the warden, he plays his part. Even like Paul's wife plays her part. There's just certain subtle dialogues that are like could most editors probably would kick out, like the Paul and his wife scenes, but when they do talk, they're so important to his character's what's the best way to put it? Like, not development, because he's already got it. Like, just knowing what the person he is, like his stature in life, that he tries to portray. Just being I'm a good man, just doing my job. He probably this is probably a state where probably 90% of like in the district of the probably work for like the city. They're like in the prison system, some way or form. I just think it's great. I like. There's no Duncan. What's that? He plays like Coffee so well. It's like that. Like Tom Hanks. Yeah, in certain points, I can see Tom Hanks being Tom Hanks, that 90s era, but he still delivers it really, really well. I love it. I'm going to give it. I was oohing and ahhing. I'm oohing and ahhing. I'm going to go for my first 0.5. So I'm going to give it a 7.5. The only reason is because of that. Oh, it's hard. It's hard to watch sometimes. And I don't want movies that are hard to watch. So I would go for 7.5, not a 7. It's a 7.5. Just because this movie just goes, oh, it's not one that you go, I'm going to put the Green Mile on today and have a bit of fun. It's not one of those ones. This is a very, you know what brutality you're going to feel inside of it. You got Sandy said the Shawshank Redemption. That's a little bit of a difference because that's got a bit of a escapism. I know it's an escape thing, but that is a bit of like hope at the end of this. This is no, that's literally you're putting the shutters down, you're getting kicked in the balls, and then you're gonna have a little cry for 20 minutes afterwards. And then but after you watch this movie, this is what's great about this movie, because you have to think to yourself. You don't have to talk and think, you just go, oh, and it's one of those ones you could go into your garden or whatever and just have a moment. And I love that about this movie. So I'm gonna give it 7. I mean, it's literally in between like that. It's great. It is like, yeah, it's a huge recommend. It's a hard recommend because I think when people see it, they're like, if you recommend it to somebody, they're gonna hate you for that split second. You're like, you bastard, you make me watch that movie.
Yep.
Like that. And you're like,
Absolutely.
yep, I did. And that's what I like. I'm trying to get my niece to watch it because she's a cry, but she will love this movie. I know she's gonna hate me, absolutely hate me for it because the redemption in your own head is more than this movie gives you, and it doesn't. Yeah, it could be more brutal, and it could be, but just how the music plays up and like just I'm in heaven, I'm in like just mumbling along, and you're like, please don't, and just roll on to, and it's just that one, yeah. It's great. It's a great movie. It wasn't a Christmas movie. Let's go for that. Get the Christmas spirit. Go watch the Green Mile. Like that. But yeah, I can't take away how good this is. A good movie. This is great acting, simple acting, great story, great director, great lighting. It's there. It's just, it's not going to be one I put on. Even though, Sandy, you're completely right. You need to watch this multiple times, and you do, and I have. And every time I'm like, I don't want to watch it again. But it's one of those ones when it comes on TV or whatever, and it comes on and you're halfway through it, or you're like, oh, what a great movie. I'm gonna have to turn it off. Not because you don't like the movie, it's just because you know what's gonna happen. Your brain just goes, I can't take it today. I need to be in that moment. I can't take it.
It's like you hate it while you're watching it, but you're glad you did, right?
Yes,
it's just, yeah.
Oh, it just rips you apart. It does. It makes you. But in the greatest schemes of cinema, it's supposed to do what. And we said this time. A movie does what it says on the tin. It does exactly what it says on the tin. This movie does it. When you first watch it, you don't expect it. And then when you rewatch it, you're just like, I have to prepare myself for this movie. I want to watch it, and I have to prepare myself for it. So, yeah, it was good. The will, you have a week to prepare yourself for it. I know what's coming, prepare myself for it. Lucky enough, all of us had seen it, because I think if one of us hadn't, you'd be like, you arseholes, who the flipping heck put this on the wheel? Because I think we were just being angry. I was so upset. But, yeah, this is when we say this is a tear jerker because of your own emotion, because the movie itself isn't that sad. It's just what your brain goes, oh no, you shouldn't be doing this kind of thing, because it's the mindset. But yeah, I give it a 7.5. I'm only knocking at that 0.5 is just because it's such a hard rewatch. If it's like first watch, it's an 8, but yeah, rewatch, it's a 7.5. Yeah, so yeah, that's mine. Jay, over to you.
All right. Well said again. Honestly, I think you guys both just really laid out all the highlights of the movie pretty well. It's well written, even, in terms of adaptation from the books. Your fundamental stuff, the cinematics, the sets or on scene locations that they chose to use all look fantastic. Acting, I mean, top tier. This is Tom Hanks in that kind of golden era for him that we always talk about, as well as Michael Clarke Duncan with a perfect role, or a really perfect performance in his role. Even Percy, again, you hate the character so much, is a perfect sign that he's doing a really good job in that role. So acting and the other characters as well. I mean, it's really sound across the board. I think for me, and I had watched this movie once or twice in the past, kind of similar to you, Stasis, where it was that era of Tom Hanks and everybody was talking about it. So I finally threw it on to watch it a little bit later on after it had been out. And I really liked it. I really enjoyed the movie then. I just never went back to it. And when it came up on the wheel, I couldn't really remember why I didn't go back to it. And watching it this time, I think I kind of remember what it was. And for me, it's really the only flaw of the movie for me, because I think it's really sound and really, not even just sound, it's really good across the board. It's just the runtime is too long. I do find it to be too long, and I feel like there are things you could cut out with. I mean, a lot of the stuff that happens outside of the prison, there's some stuff you need to move things along kind of narratively, but some of the stuff with his wife, I think, just didn't really need it as much. Even some of this, like the scene with him running out to the outhouse, all that kind of stuff I could have done without. I think we had already kind of got the point of the severity of his, what he was calling a bladder infection, what we thought might have been kidney stones. That kind of stuff, I think I would have just removed. And then a lot of scenes just speed them up. The pacing was too slow and dragged on a little too long, and some of the dialogue and just some of the slow dramatic pauses, the slow dramatic walking, things like that, just to speed it up a bit. Because I do agree that you need a pretty long runtime to be able to kind of tell this story as it is. There's not a ton of stuff that I would cut out entirely. Some of it is just the kind of more inconsequential scenes, or what felt like they were, at least. And again, mostly some of the stuff that was outside of the prison, minus the whole scene with, John Coffey healing the warden's wife. But even parts of that, I think just kind of like just the entering the house, the getting up to the room, the process of stuff, like that's the stuff I think I would have just sped up a little bit. Feels like it goes on a little bit too long. So the runtime is the thing for me that I really think brings it down for me. Not much. I give the movie a solid 7, a really strong, solid 7. I think it's a great movie. I think everybody should watch it. It's a big recommend. But it keeps me from the 7.5 or the 8 because I just feel like it goes on a little bit too long and the pacing gets a little slow and kind of compounds the issue there. But outside of that, that's like the little Achilles heel up for it for me. I think you guys, like I said, laid out everything that's great about it so well. So I really just kind of wanted to go a little bit on the one thing that takes it down a bit in my scoring. But that's it. I mean, it's a great movie. I highly recommend it. It's, like I said, fundamentally, it's not just sound. It's a really, really good to really strong movie in a lot of spots. How often I watch it, it'll probably go a little bit before I do watch it again. And not even too much for the emotional. It is a very emotional movie. I think great emotional impact. I also love how they handle like Sandy alluded to this a little bit earlier, but the way they just handle, pretty complex themes, or kind of, in a way, kind of just touchy themes when it comes to politics, morality, religion. They're not easy things to, I think, talk about just in general, but especially in movies, to do it in a way that, like Sandy said, doesn't feel preachy from any aspect of any of it, I think was really well done. So there's just so much good in the movie. Like I said, the slight little Achilles heel is just the runtime's a little too long. But, you watch it, you have fun. Oh, I guess I wouldn't say you have fun. You watch it, you kind of take in the experience and enjoy it for what it is, because it's going to take you on a bit of a ride, emotionally, that is. And, you go back to it as quickly as you see fit.
Very well said.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So our question, we're going to see you two. How many times you watched Old Yellow?
I actually have never watched Old Yellow.
Oh.
I've never watched
it. I am aware of it, but
Yeah.
I know it's like significance because it's kind of always pops up in pop culture here or there. But I've never seen.
I know
it.
it's your pop culture, isn't it? It's the dog, isn't it? Rabies, isn't it? Yeah.
Something. I know it gets. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, I haven't. It's been spoiled for me, but if you haven't seen it, I guess.
No, but yeah. That movie. Yeah, I think it's we have. You know what? I want to watch that again and get more full thing. And I think you're right there. It's like you need to take a moment. And it's just the emotional. It's like, but I always think I always forget how long it is. It is quite that.
It's.
I don't know how they couldn't get it below the 3 hours, because there are bits you could actually go, I'm about to say, like, the dialogue and everything goes quite well, but how they didn't get that runtime, especially like if you go by what it was, Warner Brothers, and I can't remember
Searchlight
else,
Films, whatever they call
it.
it. Like what's the one? Castle Rock. Sorry, Castle Rock.
As a Castle Rock, it's like like even like 90s. Like what 99? What other movies you got that's over 3 hours?
Yeah, I mean
that's gonna hurt. You're gonna hurt your box office a little bit. It's like everything else is getting under that. We had some blockbusters, but like what's Gladiator? Gladiator's like that's not 3 hours.
Off the top of my head, I don't think so. Though.
I bet that's under. I bet you Gladiator. And like you thinking what's impacted into that and that. Basically, I know they completely do different more. I'm just thinking of like them just going, how many people can we get at a cinema turn around at the same time?
That's only 2.5 hours.
There you go. So it's strange they didn't try and bring that time down somehow. But such a great movie. I think the worst thing is like the director. I know he's done this, Shawshank. What else has he done?
I don't know, honestly.
And they're like, people put Shawshank.
mean,
Some
if you've
people
only-
put Shawshank as their all-time top movie, don't
Right.
they? So
If you've
really
only
weird.
done 2 movies of significance, that's 2 pretty
Yeah.
significant movies to do.
Yeah,
And I'm
maybe
not saying that he
but-
has. That's just the only 2 that I know off the top of my head.
But
So
this is like,
that
yeah.
alone, pretty good.
Yeah, I do. Except for the mini TV series, what I hate watching, but it's great because of Tim Curry. I'm not a great fan of Stephen King's on
Yeah, I don't like
Shining.
his stories. Even The Shining, I
Yeah.
think, is so overrated. I'm sorry,
It
but I'm not a
is.
huge fan of The Shining. I don't know. Maybe I just don't get it, but
No,
I
like
don't
the
think it's
ideas.
particularly great.
Like,
I've tried to
and-
pick even these books up, and I'm like, I don't like you. I don't like his writing style, and I just don't like it. So I'm just like,
I
every time I'm
don't
like, you know
either.
what, you're gonna pick it up, and I'm like, I don't get it. And then he's got his thing, and then all his movies, like he's got so many B movies out there, and you're like,
Yep.
oh yeah, they're B movies because they're you're B writing, but he's got so much out there. Things now we could go like, I know like what he's now. He's a bit of a yeah. He's one of those. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, it's just like you're not.
here's what's.
You just
Oh, go ahead, Jay.
airing. You just
No,
got everything
you're
out there.
good. I wasn't going to say anything.
I was gonna say what's so annoying is I like the concepts. I think they're so interesting, but he can't write and he can't stick the landing. But you know what? He wrote a book on writing called wait for it, On Writing. That is one of the best writing manuals for writers out there. So it's just like he's got all the tools, but he can't put it together. He's got so many quotes about writing that, so in my little writing journal where I write all my little book reports and things, I always start like each month with a quote about writing. And he's got so many great quotes. Like he's the one who said, the road to hell is paved with adverbs, because really, if you're a good writer, you don't need to say everything was, very, 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 or with an ly, or you find a better. You don't say, she ran quickly. You say she sprinted. You got to develop a vocabulary basically. But he doesn't do it himself. He's one of those people who's a good teacher but can't put into practice what he's teaching, which is he's just the ultimate frustration in a creator. If he could have taken some of the amazing ideas he had, let's say in okay, something crazy like Pet Cemetery, or they're good thoughts. He just does them in a terrible.
Even in it is absolutely, the ending of it is absolutely terrible. You're like,
this
oh,
is a terrible
it's like great,
ending.
and it's just like, it's like, I hate to say, there's some writers you get out there, they get bored of writing,
Yeah,
and they're just like, that'll do. There's me
the
ending,
end is
that'll
always
do.
just the stand. You go
sped
through
along.
this million pages of novel, which is actually really engaging and intriguing, and he's developed good characters, and at the end, hand of God comes down and explodes them all. Okay, really? Is that the end? It's like, he got tired of writing and had to come up with something crazy at the end. But like I said, I Stand By Me is wonderful, and Misery. I do like Misery. And that's a
But
Rob
that's when he
Reiner
hasn't
film,
got
by
to
the
be,
way.
when he's science fiction, when he does the drama books, I think he's better because he's got that darkness about him. But when he does it, all his science fiction ones are dark, and then he just goes, oh, that'll
Silly.
do. He goes into like 1930s B movie kind of thing. It just throws it out there. So yeah, there are ones that you're like, oh yeah, iconic, and I like it because it's like simple. But now he's just known as the sci-fi weird guy. He's like that, and he's got too many out there that's just
It's
you
so
just
frustrating.
wrote stuff. You just wrote for writing's sake. It's just like,
because and he comes from New England, and he's a big fan of the early American, the greatest of all time, Edgar Allan Poe, or Washington Irving, or even Herman Melville from that same genre, and he has admiration for them, and he soaks in that, that dark foresty era, area atmosphere, in Maine. You have these big tall trees and dark, spooky forests and all kinds of, lore around. There was the one he did, oh my gosh, whichever one it was. It was about the storm of the century, which was kind of paralleling the lost people of Roanoke Island who disappeared mysteriously. So he's got all that like in him and he can't get it out. It's like he can't do anything with it. And it's so exhausting. And then you kind of, I don't know if it was him or some other, person years ago who compared him to Edgar Allan Poe. I mean, you just want to scream. It's like, no, dude, Edgar Allan Poe was a writer. He invented words. He was a wordsmith. You are the absolute opposite of that when it comes to the language you use. But the ideas, he's got the ideas, and maybe someday, I don't know, maybe someday some, masterpiece will come out. Again, giving credit to Shawshank and Stand By Me and even Dolores Claiborne, I didn't mind. Misery was okay. Misery was good. The film, I think, is one of the few, like The Green Mile, that really did a great job with the film. But yeah, he's frustrating. He's really frustrating. Like you wanna run out and buy the next Stephen King, right? Because you're going to love it, but you don't. I haven't in years. Even before he became a, wacko
Weirdo.
Yeah, I think the last one I bought probably was The Green Mile. Might have been the last one I bought. The rest,
I don't think I actually do. No, don't have any. I was going to look if I actually have any. I probably it was going to be a library borrow, and I'd just put it back. It's like, I don't think I've ever finished any of these because it gets to that point where you're like, oh, meh. And I've always did the sci-fi ones. I must say that I might have to go for one of the drama ones, but yeah,
there's one more geared toward teenagers. I read it when I was like in high school or something, maybe even younger than that. And it was called, and I loved baseball, grew up loving baseball, and it was called The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, who was a pitcher for the Red Sox way back when. Jay, maybe you were born, probably. But it
during the war.
It was not that far back. But it was a girl who was out camping with her parents. They were out hiking, and they had taught her well, about like not, you always leave a place as the way you found it, like you don't discard litter in the woods and all this stuff. Well, she got separated from the party and somehow she got lost. Well, because she wasn't dropping her trash, they couldn't find her. Like they were trying to find some sign of her, but she was following all the rules that her parents taught her, and she wasn't dropping litter or trash. But she had her transistor radio with her, and she could listen to the Boston Red Sox game that night, and it kept her from freaking out in the forest because she had Tom Gordon was pitching, and she could listen to listen to the game. And I think she was only missing for one night, but of course in the mind of a child, you are in absolute peril, and there's animals coming after you, and and it kind of goes through like what goes through your mind when you're thinking of the worst that can happen to you. But she's got this familiar voice of a play-by-play announcer on the transistor radio, and she's listening to this baseball game that I think, I could be wrong, I think it even goes into extra innings so she can listen longer and have that companionship while she's lost in the woods. But that was a cute story. I always thought they'd make that into a little movie or a miniseries, and they didn't. That would have been a cute little story. But yeah, he's frustrating. But this one was done right. Absolutely done right.
Nice. Well, we know what we got next on the wheel. It's one of Sandy's. Well, it was both of your choices, but Jay stepped aside to.
Well, you did the game. I think this is actually
the game. It could be better because it comes up again. I didn't get time, so one of the outcomes. But
that was cool.
This is for everybody. This was our little bit of fun, a little bit of jeopardy. I got going on. This was our British actor, and I looked at all the other British actors on there. I was like, oh, every other one. I was like, but Richard Burton is a very stage play 1950. He died at 58. I looked it up. So he's one of those ones. He was one of the Hellraiser clubs. Yeah. Most probably famous for a few films, but also having the most attractive woman and at the time and marrying her twice, Elizabeth Taylor. So this is Sandy, this is from a play, isn't it? And I think you've seen a play?
I saw the
play of it?
no, I didn't see the play. I knew it was from a play. I saw the film a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I don't remember it. So I have the play now to read. But I was trying not to choose Shakespeare and trying not to choose a war film. So this one jumped out. And surprisingly, I think you mentioned it too, because I recognized it. But then when I looked it up, it was very highly reviewed on all the, all the sites. So
this
might be a hidden gem here.
I think this we had a couple of ones where the trailer doesn't do it justice.
This does not do it justice.
Doesn't do it justice. It doesn't show the grittiness. It doesn't show the that they did something in it. Like there's a lot of movies, like probably 50s or more, is showing that born in the Second World War, and then you're 20. You're in the 50s, you're in like early 60s, kind of like you're pissed off, you act like everything's down here, like the British government didn't help you, and you're just a bit gritty. Things like that. So this is very much, I would say, a terrible trailer, but it is one of them things where the British love doing it this time. Well, I don't know why. The French did it, and as well. They love putting stage plays into movies, and they didn't know how to kind of change it up so much. So you do get the stage play actor where they need to do the overacting because that's what they know. And they've not been taught how to digress it enough because the camera's there. The camera's there. You don't
taught to project. Project.
Yes. So this is, Sandy, do you want to go over to us? This is Look Back in
Anger, Richard Burton.
Oh, let's get the...
This is Jimmy Porter, who learned at an early age what it was like...
Oh, sorry, let me get the volume up.
To be angry and helpless.
Get out of my sight! If only something would happen to waken you from your beauty sleep. If you could have a child, and it would die... Let it grow. Let a recognizable human face emerge from this little mass of India rubber and wrinkles. If only I could see you face that.
Jimmy Porter, who lives and loves with an intensity altogether frightening.
It's hardly a moment when I'm not watching and wanting you. Nearly 2 years of being in the same room with you, and I still can't stop my sweat breaking out, and I see you doing something as ordinary as leaning over an ironing board.
Wherever John Osborne's play has been seen, audience reaction has been swift and startling. So much to shock people. The black hatred, the hurt, and the anger.
For your own sake, don't ever do that again. I have no public school scruples about hitting girls. If you slap my face, by God, I lay you out. Come out of it quick, eh?
Now the play has been filmed and emerges as an exciting and challenging motion picture. The biting shock of the dialogue.
Wrap it up, will you? Stop ringing those bells!
The virile, natural humor reveal Jimmy Porter as an arresting and provocative person. You'll want to shield from his anger Allison, the girl he never forgives for being born into a society beyond his reach. You'll want to tear apart Helena, the friend who is a Jezebel. You'll understand Jimmy's love for poor old Ma Tanner. And you'll know why Cliff, who lives with the Porters, is powerless to leave them.
I don't think I want anything more to do with love. Not anymore. I can't take it on.
Yeah. Too young to start giving up. Too young and too lovely.
It's no good fooling about with love, you know. If you can't bear the thought of
messing up your nice, tidy soul. You'd better give up the whole idea of life and become a saint. Because you'll never make it as a human being.
Absolutely. It's absolutely an awful.
Bonkers. The
No,
word
no,
is
Jay, you've not
bonkers.
seen it. It's
I
absolutely
s-
that. You'll be like, that's not the movie.
Yeah, I still don't know what the movie's about, but we'll see.
I don't even-
It's literally because like they go like it's funny. It's literally dark, gritty, funny, and it's not nice funny. I suppose you want to call it. Yeah, it's a yeah. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but yeah, that's not what you're gonna watch. Literally, who hasn't watched it, you'll be like, yeah, I don't get that trailer. I don't get that trailer. That's good. Things. I don't know. Hey, well, you want War of the Worlds? I don't think we've got the modern War of the Worlds in there, but yes, the musical version is the best version. Just before he goes into that, but from that we might, yeah, let's get my the wheel up because if it does, I didn't have time. If it does turn up again, we you know one of the
categories.
One of the categories. I didn't get time. I do apologize. It was the holiday season, so if it does, if wild card still turns up, you know what number 3 is. But also, Jason Statham did do a movie called Wild Card. So it's not that who no. I think it was
not one to remember, is it?
It was Abel Darrell came up and was like, "Oh, by the way, there is actually a movie called that." And I was like, "Yes, I did know." Never seen it, and probably will never see it. But I know 100% what Darrell is going to be asking for, and
he might want a Western. I don't know.
He might want a Western. He might want a Western. Jay, what would you like? What would you like?
I mean, I'm open to anything. Whatever the wheels got for us today. I got nothing in mind.
There we go. Sandy, you aiming for something?
I don't want a war film. I do want something lighter than a war film. So it was heavy. Green Mile is heavy. Look Back in Anger is going to be a little heavy. So I want something light and airy. Yes.
I'm going to put out that. I want Back to the Future.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
That would be lovely.
Yeah, because every time it's come on, they keep showing me Back to the Future 2. And I was like, I need to watch that before that. Can't do it because of the wheel. So it's going to be something completely different. Chat. There we go, ladies. Everybody, fingers crossed, thumbs crossed for Darrell. But everybody, chat, what do you want? Because we're going to do it in 5 seconds. Now, if it is wild card, who knows? Who knows? Here we go, though. 5.
Don't forget, chat also gets a category. Chat gets a pick.
Oh, God. Abe still, Abe's still in chat.
Abe is still around.
Abe came in at last, mate. Just in case it hits there. There's one in there that says chat's choice. But here for now, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sandy, you might have just messed this up. Let's go for it.
Don't blame me. You put it on the wheel.
Oh, okay. Sandy, you got a war movie.
I said I didn't want a war movie.
A war movie. Okay, I'm going to get the trailer. This is my favorite war movie of all time.
I've not seen it.
It's British. It's a British movie. It's a very British movie. Let's get this. Cruel Sea. This is not 1953. So we've got a 2 in a row. Jack Hawkins, this is who you would recognize, and he does a lot of these things. going to get mute. Talk, and I'm going to find it.
I have
Talk,
never seen this one. Sandy, had you?
I have never seen this one. No, I've heard of it, but I've not seen it. So looking forward to it. Always good to see a new one. So, James, is it a World War II or World War I film? Or is it neither?
World War II.
World War II. Okay, so it's
Mhm.
quite soon after World War II. That this
Let me see.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever even heard of it, to be honest with you.
It's very British. It's so British. It is very British. Let me just.
Reminder for Nantucket Sleigh Ride. What is Nantucket?
Oh my God! This is no. This is something.
Okay, I don't want. Is it a bad thing?
Asking me, do you like that? It's a C thing. I need to hear it. Apparently, it's not suitable for YouTube.
Okay.
So there we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever it is. Okay, let me get this ready. I think this is a good one. It's on a retro site. Let me hello, share. The call. A novel.
This is a story of the Battle of the Atlantic. A story of an ocean, 2 ships, and a handful of men. The men are the heroes. The heroines are the ships. The only villain is the sea. The cruel sea. But man is made more cruel. What's it look like now, number 1? It's the firmest contact we've ever had. There's men in the water just about there. Well, there's the U-boat just underneath them. Attacking, stand by. Target moving quickly right, sir. Range 200. Range 100. Instant saying he took off, sir. Fire one. It's getting to be a different kind of war, number 1. The people in it have got different, too. In what way do you mean that? Oh, at the beginning, there was time for all sorts of things. Understanding people. Making allowances for them. Now, the war doesn't seem to be a matter of feelings anymore. Now, it's just a matter of killing the enemy.
Denholm Elliott.
We'll be off again in no time at all now.
Wow.
Is it better to have something to lose?
It's better still to have something to live for.
We always seem to be getting these diversion jobs nowadays, don't we, sir? Sort of compliment, I suppose.
Pretty cold one. Cold night, too.
Cocoa's just coming up, sir.
Yeoman, sir, call up Vipers on RT, plain language. Say torpedo 15 miles astern. Aye, aye.
go.
So was he like
It's
70 in the last Indiana Jones film? 'Cause that's
I
30.
don't know. No,
That's
it's the Indiana
hilarious.
Jones reference. Yes, he's.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So he's like this. I looked really quickly.
This
This
is
was not his first film either. He
no. He.
started
He's a
working at
very
age
British actor. Yeah.
17.
Mm.
Yeah. Wow. And
Oh,
then
he's
did
old.
you see Stanley Baker's in it as well?
Oh, did he?
Stanley Baker plays Bennett, whoever Bennett
Okay.
is.
Yeah, this is my favorite war movie. This is my favorite.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's such. That trailer is good, but it's like it's so because it's confined on a ship. It draws you in. And yeah, it's one of those ones where it's very very good for its age. It's like it's hard hitting. Let's say that. But Sandy, you got a book? You got a novel?
Yeah. Okay. I'm good because I'm reading this and I'm gonna like it.
Yeah, it's
So also,
it's very I can't things like it's even though it's like black and white and you got some really black and white I think we had like propaganda Second World War movies that are really like it's a bit tacky and things like that. This is very it hits what it's supposed to do. Like it's not all nice. You get like the old ones like the 50s and like the Hollywood like the 40s ones where they were trying to do the propaganda where it's a bit too nice. This one it shows some hardships and some moments that war is war, it's quite good. So yes, this is a truly a British classic. Like I wouldn't expect you to have seen it. It is a British actors, British literally at a time where we were still promoting, to look what we did. We've got some little bit of money now, but this is a good as well because they do like they I think we had it with the Bismarck where they use stock footage,
real footage.
this one, and they use modeling in this. They use a lot of modeling, so it's very, very good how to do it. So I every time this movie's on, I never turn it off. Never turn it off. It's always if it's on, I'm watching it. Bang, don't care. Everybody else has got to watch it with me. It's one of those ones that I literally. It's gripping. So yeah, I hope you do like it, even though Sandy said I don't want a more movie. Well, you got a navel.
Well, no, this is good, and I'm just looking like so the first billed actress, Virginia McKenna. She was also in Waterloo. She's still alive.
Wow.
She is 96, going on 97. So she's going on 97. No, I'm doing that wrong. Is it 100? No, wait, stop. 30. Okay, she was born in 1931, minus 6. 95. Okay, so she's 95 years old. So she's been in a lot of stuff. So there's some really good actors in this film. I'm looking forward to.
I was waiting for the first person to notice the Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah, hello.
Yeah, he looks so young, doesn't he? So young. So yeah, it's
and then I think we've had Alec McGowan. Wasn't he in The Italian Job? Let's see.
Oh, maybe.
Let's see. Gangs of New York. Oh my God! Don't tell me he's still alive. No. Okay. He passed in 1917. No, he's in Henry V. Okay, that's why I know, of course.
Jack Hawkins, he's got to be in
a lot of stuff.
He will be in a lot of other movies.
But these are all RADA people. These are all RADA people.
Yeah.
These are
Major Walden, Bridge and River Kwai. He was in Zulu, so we got the second. Ben Hur is in. I'm trying to fit into. I was trying to think what's on our list that he would be in. But he was that kind of pre-war kind of everything. He did everything. Lawrence of Arabia, he's in. Was definitely on our will. 100% that's on our will.
Who are you talking about? Harvard?
Jack Hawkins.
Oh, because Daphne Harvard was also in Zulu. There's a bunch of Zulu people.
Okay. Yeah. He's the officer. Hello. He's always very officer type. That kind of moment. Oh, great movie. Sorry, I'm just having a look. Like,
Yeah, I mean, there's so many of these.
1.5, but
Like,
it has there you go, 7.4 on IMDb. So there you go. So for a 50s movie, that's quite high because you think a lot of people would drop it down just because it's black and white. But I think this is the first time Film Club. This is the first time for 2 black and whites in a row.
oh, true.
2
I
50
think so.
movies. There we go. So we might have to think our 50s are picking it up there. So that's it. So yeah, I'm actually excited for the next two. There you go. I do like a good. I do like, and I'm gonna say it, and I always say it. I always say it. Watch your black and white movies because they're dying out. Streaming sites are taking them away and trying to kill that black and white movies, and it really pisses me off. Find a good. They're great. They are sometimes as great as colored. You
Buy
know,
your
they have
physical
better
media.
story. Oh, yeah.
Buy
Things
those
like that.
Blu-rays, those steelbooks.
Well, yeah, you have to now. Yeah. So, like, yeah, that's why it's black and white. Yeah, some of them. This is a classic. This is one of the ones I think is like Sandy, you say ones that need to be preserved. This is one of the ones. Yeah. So yeah, I'm very, very grateful that this is on the movie because on the wheel, I put it there 100%, as you can tell. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So that's it. So I'm definitely gonna make Jade watch the next two. It's definitely things. I think she needs to broaden her horizon on black and white sometimes. Even though I'm sure I've made her watch the Cruel Sea a couple of times. She's like, it's not bad, you know. So that's it. So yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it's very good. But everybody, great Christmas movie, The Green Mile. But Jay, what you got coming up?
Kind of the usual here. Nothing in particular planned. So as always, just keep an eye out for the channel, and I'll be back here next week.
Are you going to be Spider-Man again soon?
Not anytime soon, I don't think. I just wrapped up Spider-Man last weekend finally. So
there you go.
Gonna take a little Spider-Man break and then see what other game I try to stream within a year's time, because I think Spider-Man might have taken me from January all the way to December. So
He's like the next hour ones, but they're mostly horror ones. So I was like the hour stream done.
Yeah, fair enough.
Great. And to our true YouTuber, Sandy, you doing any walks?
Yeah, it was really cold this morning when I was out there. Very cold. But hey, I'm getting more views. My views are starting to come back now since I'm back.
The algorithm loves you again. Coming out
Not
of England.
loves me, but getting there. But I'm going to go back and kind of do a wander through Film Club over the last year, and might try to pick out some interesting factoids about everything we've accomplished in this year of Film Club, because we've done a lot.
And this is our first full year.
Yep.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, that's it. Because we were starting July, didn't we? July was.
I think so, something like that.
Yeah, the Miller's Crossing, all from the Miller's Crossing to now. So
we're on the next film will be number 68 of the films we've reviewed. Including, we do count for the number of films, we do count the Lord of the Rings separately. So all three of those count separately. But yeah, we will next week have 68 films that we've reviewed, and not chipping away at that wheel at all. Not it's only getting the list is getting longer, which is a great thing.
Well, yeah, but we do this and then we add. We do this as add. So yeah. There's so many times like, ooh,
it's a good thing. That's good that we remember films that are worth watching. Nothing recently though. Absolutely nothing recently.
Oh my god, I was starting watching. I always tell you two to watch it. The Count of Monte Cristo, the one Richard Harris. Oh, it's on streaming. I think it's on Amazon Prime. Oh, watch it. Just watch it, please. It's that's yeah.
Is that on our list? It's got to be, right?
No, I think it might be. I'm
if it's not, it should be.
It should
I've never seen it, but I've always heard the same recommendation.
It's the last movie of Richard Harris as well, and it's so funny because he puts because of Dumbledore, he's got that. He doesn't change his accent. He's just got so it feels like because he's still got the beard.
He looked the
just
same.
come on
Yeah.
one
Like
set,
a
come on one
multiverse
set.
Dumbledore.
Yeah, but he's like, oh, great in it. So,
I did want to tell you
Yeah.
about one of my Christmas gifts.
was it a book?
It's a book. It's a first edition of
Ooh.
Project Hail Mary. One of my
Ah,
kids
okay.
knew I was looking forward to it, and they did their homework. And
When is that coming out?
I think May of next year, March of next year.
March. Jay, you have to watch The Martian in February then.
Yeah, you have
At
to watch
least.
The Martian.
We have to-
Hopefully,
we-
the wheel will
Yeah, it
give
might
us
just
the
bring
It's
it
on
up.
Martian
it's on the
first.
wheel. It's on the wheel, isn't it? So
Yep.
we have to get Jay to like that so he can see it at the cinema. I think I'm definitely going to see it at the cinema. I think that's going to be a
I
must.
don't think there's anything else to look forward to next year in the cinema. So I think maybe in January we should do a look ahead. Maybe there's 2 films to look at in January. We should do a little look ahead for 2026 and see what's out there.
Is Marvel's Doomsday? Is that
yeah, those Dooms.
Is that when's that, Jay?
I don't even know.
Is
I
that
just don't
right?
care anymore.
Why is Robert Downey
It is,
Jr. in that role?
You'll
Yeah,
find
it's
out.
coming up. I think this year. I just don't know when. I'm assuming the summertime.
Yeah, the movie that has to make $1 billion to even break even because
Gosh
everybody was like,
almighty.
"What? They're desperate. They're desperate. They're desperate." Oh no, we do have Mandalorian Grogu next year, don't we?
Oh yeah, that's coming.
No, I
up.
don't even give a
Nice.
shit about. And I'm like,
Yeah, I
trying to tell
just-
somebody. Yeah.
I just don't
That's
care
dead.
anymore. Apathy set in. It just I can't
Yeah.
be bothered.
It's just like, oh no.
Well, we
on
have
about-
The Odyssey.
I am actually looking forward to that.
I
I don't love the
Did you like the
casting.
trailer, guys? You seen the trailer?
I glanced
No.
over it. I didn't really dissect it much, honestly.
Mm.
I just don't like the act. Like I don't know if I can buy Matt Damon as Odysseus. I don't know. I don't know if the actors got the right kind of vibe
the
for me for
problem
this
is
movie.
they've seemed not to have gone what Troy did, not work out their timings of like, this is epic. This is not like a year. This is decades. It's supposed to be over decades. And then you got the third one is going into the Roman, and that is called, Sandy, help me. It's
Which one? What?
It's the Iliad, the Odyssey, and there's
Oh
a
my
third
God.
one.
Hang on.
The third. The Iliad is Troy,
Yeah.
Odysseus,
Right.
and the Odyssey coming home, and then you got the third one that is more
Aeneid.
based on
The
Rome.
Aeneid.
Yeah, the Aeneid. Yeah,
It's
that is
okay.
the
I was like,
Roman
what?
one.
Wait, stop. I'm looking at the
And then
books.
that one's
I've got 'em right
the shorter one, but this one, like, it's just like I don't. The thing that pisses me off, how this is not 3 movies, because it's such a long time. And then looking at the trailer, one, I can understand what people are going through, like, he's made it a bit more supernatural because of the God's human thing. But then you look at back and think, and I'm going to go for what mine and Sandy's one of our favorite movies is Clash of the Titans 1981, where they did it well. They did that concept of like practical with gods. And even Troy, you had practical out of concept, but it was leather, Bronze Age, but they made it practical. This stuff just looks absolutely stupid. I hate to say it, like the armory, you have to make it believable, not to your fantasy, but to the audience. If the audience look at it and go, that's not practical armor, you've lost them. That's it.
And
But
you're right. Clash of the Titans did it great because they show Hephaestus making the armor. Well, just like, okay, I know Wonder Woman, the first film, not the dreadful 1984, but when they show, her shield and sword being made, I thought that was done well. The Clash of the Titans did that well, but also when it showed, do you remember when the gods were forming the humans out of clay?
Yeah.
Right. And putting
Oh,
them
I love
down
that,
in the
yeah.
little arena. I love that. I totally love Dame Maggie Smith. I mean, oh my God, the actors in that film. We need to watch that. I need to make my kids.
Just the gods, like every top British actor.
Every top British actor. We
But
need
yeah,
to
it's
make my kids watch that film.
I came on the other night and I was like, oh, I missed it, and I was really pissed off. I was like, oh my god, I missed it. But yeah, that trailer, this, if any, but I always like. There are ones like the Odyssey is probably better than the Iliad. I always like that, but the Iliad, I think this is what I think I'm more annoyed at the movie Troy because I love them. I think the movie Troy had a great concept. I think it was very good. It didn't go into the 10 years. I think the battles are good. Everything's good. It needed to be and that could have been epic. That could have been 3 movies, and then you could have Sean Bean as the like, carrying on the Odyssey. Oh, can you imagine? Like that would have been brilliant. It always pisses me off that. But this
Everything with Sean
having
Bean.
one movie, I just don't knowing the. Everybody's like, oh yes, but it's like a poem fantasy. But yeah, it is like most Nord, like everything. Look at like the 4 movies, like and all that. You have that, like Beowulf, everything. Oh, it just needs to be longer. So how he's going to do it, I don't know. I would say this is going to be over 3 hours. The movie.
I'm guessing close to it at
easily.
the very least.
He's got because you've got so much to sell because he goes. You think he's out there? Like I can't remember like exactly. I haven't read it for a while. This is one of the. Sandy does it. I'm gonna go and reread the Odyssey, but I'm sure he's out there for like 20 years. Because
I can't remember. It's been a long time since.
I'm sure because the Troy battle. I suppose a lot of the thing is 10 years, like just over, and that's it. So you have like you have all the heroes of the time in there. What they completely skipped over in the Troy movie, most of it. But this, if they need to be dark, it's like if nobody knows Ajax, he. In the movie, he gets killed by Hector, doesn't he? The big guy. But in the book, he kills himself because he does not get given Achilles' armor. So he finds it's such a disrespect because he's the main hero, the hero's armor, and he doesn't get it. So he kills himself out of the disrespect that nobody would give him Achilles' armor. So like that, but they wouldn't show that in Hollywood movies. Like that's a bit brutal. I'm guessing like that. But in this one, there's so much horrid darkness in getting home, getting to see his wife, Penelope. Yeah, it's terrible. So here we go. So, Daryl knows names. Yes, 20 years plus 10 years of the war. Yes. So,
do we? This is not, I guess not totally random, but it might just pop into my mind. Do we have "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" on our list?
I think I put it on there. I know Sandy doesn't like it.
See.
I would love for it to come up at that time when the movie's close to release.
Because that is the.
It is not on the list, so you should put it on there, Jay.
Okay. There you go.
I like that one. I would put it on there.
Sandy doesn't like it. Sandy doesn't like it.
I don't like it. I don't know.
I like it. I'm with Jay. I think that's good. And it's got good actors. Good actors.
Yeah, they definitely help carry it for sure.
A little too I don't know, artsy, like over artistic for me. But maybe another watch. As always, I always say.
I tend to be biased towards the Coen brothers too, because I always like their films. So
yeah.
No, maybe another watch will change my mind.
There you go. That's it. But there we go. We got a couple of maybe controversial movies. Maybe we like. Maybe it'll be another Napoleon, but maybe it won't be. I just hope it isn't. I just hope.
Yeah, I mean, I always hope for good movies, hope for bad. So I never want anything to really fail. I would rather be surprised by something being good. I don't know. my fingers are crossed. I already don't love the cast. I feel like it's going to take me out of it a little bit. Like just seeing some of the faces, Tom Holland and Matt Damon, they're just very recognizable. And you always worry that it kind of takes you out of the immersion of a film when you see. But I mean, I guess sometimes people pull it off. Like Ben Affleck, I think people thought that with Batman. I think he did a fine job at kind of making you forget that it's Ben Affleck. So, we'll see.
I'm going to say one thing, and it might sound weird because you're both American. The only problem I've got in a moment, and one of the bigger problems, I've got, is where are the European actors? Where are the British actors?
You got Tom Holland.
One. One who's playing a minor part.
One's better than none, I guess.
The big stars, it is all like Zen.
I'd have to look at the cast again.
Zendaya's in it, who's playing the goddess of war. Come on,
which will likely play a lot like Zendaya because she tends to kind of just be Zendaya. When she's in things. Exactly. I like her, honestly. And I think when a role's written for her where acting like Zendaya works, it can kind of pull off decently or well. But I do think she kind of tends to act very similarly. It's kind of one of those, like we say with Tom Hanks. I mean, he happens to be a really good actor who a lot of times is just kind of being Tom Hanks a bit. So,
That's it. But the guy, I think he's from Boston. The guy who plays the Punisher, the new one. Who was
John Bernthal?
Yeah.
I want to say the Northeast, but I don't think Boston.
Okay. But
Damon,
he's in it. Guy. I'm like, it's just.
Isn't Anne Hathaway in it as well? I thought I saw her.
Yeah, Anne Hathaway.
I kind of glanced over. I haven't looked too much into it, surprisingly, for
it's
my general interest in Greek mythology.
Elliot Page is in it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep, I don't know what part she's gonna play. I don't preference now, but yeah, it's weird. It's such a weird casting. Some of it you're like.
And the ones that I did know, I thought were kind of weird. Again, it was more Matt Damon.
It's like the age gap on some of them. I'm like, are you doing it and then skipping? You're doing like an early bit and then ignoring everybody and then going straight into the travel home. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just hoping they don't bugger it up because I love the story. I think the story is one of the classics that everybody should know about. Even if you don't read it depth by depth, it's one that you should have an understanding about, Homer. I think he's one of those exciting writers of his time, completely different what we expect from writers now, but he nailed it his time period. So I'm hoping that's it. Apart from that, looking forward to not much else.
I haven't even looked at the upcoming year's movies for the most part. I've been looking more at upcoming video games for next year, which that's bright horizons there, so that's good. I just have to take a look at what the hell's coming out for movies next year and shows too. I really have no clue.
Yeah, that's it. I think we got the end of Stranger Things. Fallout's just begun again.
I'm actually enjoying Fallout again so far. 2 episodes.
Yeah, I actually did. I did that first 2 episodes. I actually was like,
I like that show. I'm not a Fallout fan.
Never played it. Never played it.
I don't want to say I'm not a fan of the games. I've just never played them, so I don't know. I know people were kind of upset at the end of last season about potential changes to New Vegas lore and stuff like that, but I just don't know enough about any of it that it matters. Not that it doesn't matter, I guess, but just I can't pick up on it, so it doesn't matter to me essentially. So I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, good. Sandy, anything exciting then?
No, I need to recover from Christmas. So
same here.
Oh, that's it. But I'm lucky enough. I'm too old to do anything for New Year's, so that's good.
Nope, me either.
Although my wife and I actually might go see Stranger Things in theaters just to do a little something, and then that's about it. Then we'll come home.
That's it. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a date night before New Year's, and then that is probably it. And then it's one of those ones where you're like, I just want to get bed early. I really want to get bed.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice to sleep right through the New Year, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, love them. Yeah, what do we do? Just went to bed early. But everybody,
what we do is we watch the the fireworks at the London Eye, which is 7
Oh,
p.m.
yeah.
for us. And we were always like, kids, that's it. Happy New Year. Like pretending that it's midnight in the US. My sister started doing that with my niece and nephew. And they have their big New Year celebration. And by 7:30, they're all ready for bed.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I might have to
Yeah.
do it. This is Melbourne.
There you go.
That works.
There you go.
Yeah, that
Get ahead
works.
of it.
Oh. Well, at least there we go. We actually won an Ashes match test. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
So is that still going? How long does that keep
No,
going?
it's not. It's not. Don't talk about it. We were absolutely dreadful.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I'm sure. Literally, a test match is 5 days. You might get to the 5th day. Yeah, it's normally you do. They play on New Year's. Boxing Day, and it went 2 days. Literally, normally a test match you only get 200-300 runs. They were like all out for 110. We were all out for 150. Blah 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 blah. Whatever it is, they didn't even get like above 160 runs. Either of them. I was like, they went drinking the night before, and they just didn't care. They went like, it's too hot. Should we
no.
just go like just go for it? Like we've won. Like, the Australians won anyway. Fair play to them. Like it's we lost the Ashes, but yeah, it was a bit of an embarrassment. I just woke up in the morning and was like, oh my god, it's finished already. How did it finish already? It's like that. But at least I've got to a good things we had over here your Christmas Day NFL matches. What was not bad on how you say it. I'm gonna say this on Netflix. I didn't mind it. It had less ads.
Oh,
Had less
okay,
breaks.
good.
Yeah.
So I watched some of it, and it was actually I was like, oh, you can actually watch something about actually interruptions. Apart from that,
they got a good presentation on Netflix.
yeah, I was like, oh, I don't actually mind now. I can actually work out what's going on. Apart from that, it's NHL season, isn't it, Jay? And
No. For me right now, it's football playoff season because my Patriots are back in the playoffs, and that's all I care about right now. I'll get to the Bruins when I need to get to the Bruins.
How did the Bruins do?
They were all right.
How did the Bruins do?
They did what they could. They tried.
Sandy, Canadians 6, Bruins 2.
I saw you posted and kind of boasted.
Yeah, not our best showing.
Posting and boasting about
I'm
that.
gonna do it. So I think we got Toronto next. It's gonna be. I think that's tomorrow. So I should get it because it's not a matter day one. It's like I think it's like 10 o'clock our time. So I'm gonna go watch that tomorrow. I like that. So that'd be good. But how's the Capitals doing?
Oh heck, I gotta tell you, I've lost track over the last few days because Christmas has taken over my life.
I always look at it. I'm like, we're doing really well, and then I look at it. I'm like, the Devils are doing really well. I was like, how the hell does that happen?
It doesn't make sense.
So, yeah, exactly.
Oh, Jersey, yuck.
No, but yeah, but no, I don't get like because you're in the NA, but you're in the playoff season, aren't you? Or they've started doing it. It's now the wild cards for the NFL, isn't it?
We're 2 weeks away from the wild card. Okay. I guess like a week and a half because tomorrow is going to be not even a week and a half. 2 weeks. Sorry. Tomorrow is week 17, and then we got week 18 next week, and then 2 weeks will be the wild card round.
So the Patriots have qualified, or whatever.
Yep, they've already clinched their spot. Yep.
And Ravens.
We play in a few minutes. We play tonight, so we got.
Oh, you guys have the Saturday game. Nice.
We got the Saturday game, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do this, and it's gonna tick everybody off. But we're playing the Packers.
What?
I have a friend who cheers for the Green Bay Packers, and she says it's the Packers, hon.
Yeah,
it's
the Wisconsin
the
accent.
Yeah, but they were like what 10 years ago. They were the team, weren't they?
Oh, they were. They had Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
they had.
Then it became the New England Patriots for a while, didn't it? And then now,
for us, it was a while. All right, it was about 20 years.
But it was Green Bay Patriots, and then
so Patriots were a weird case of
we
were great in the early 2000s, and then we were kind of just in the playoffs contending, and that's when Aaron Rodgers came in and won one, and then we got good again in the later 2000 teens.
Yeah, who's the one just got eliminated? Who had apparently the best quarterback?
Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs.
Yes,
they're out.
Yes, they're out.
Yeah. He tore his ACL, so he's down, and then their backup tore their ACL. I mean, to be honest, they were
So
playing bad
annoying.
football before that. They were a sub 500 team before he went down, I think,
Hmm.
or at 500, one of the two. So
And is the
they
Redskins
just haven't been good.
not called the Redskins?
Nope, still the Commanders, which is a step
The
up
worst
from
name
the
in the world.
Washington football team, I guess, because that was a pretty bad
I'd rather
name.
having a Washington football team. Literally, what
A lot of
long-term
people
name.
say that. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I can see the argument.
Come
I
on,
think
I
I'd lean
just-
Commanders
Commanders,
is just
but
boring. It's
yeah,
just,
It is. It's just. It's
very
really bad.
bland.
It's just terrible. Oh, we don't care.
Yep.
And I wonder how many. I always think they don't. I would love to see the fans and how many of them still wear the old.
I'm sure a lot, honestly.
oh, the
Yeah,
old
I'm sure
Redskins.
they had a very
Absolutely.
classic logo, classic jersey.
I actually got a cap indoors. I have to get
Mhm.
it.
No, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure a lot
people
too.
invested in like decorating their homes. You know, their
It's a
you
great.
know,
I say that
their
logo
TV
was
room
absolutely
is-
great.
Oh,
Yeah.
logo.
if the Patriots
It was.
changed their logo tomorrow, I'd have a bunch of stuff that was still the old, the old logo.
Yeah.
So that's what I would go to. I mean, even now, you look at the crowd at a Patriots game. It's all because we have new jerseys ever since Tom Brady left. And even now, you see Tom Brady, Gronkowski, Edelman. You'll see all the old, Navy jerseys.
well, if they were smart, like your football teams over there, excuse me, change kits frequently so they can sell new ones, right?
Mhm.
Away and third team.
Well, they've been introducing that, and fans are actually kind of getting a little bit annoyed at it. They're kind of calling out that it's all for sales because each year now, there's always a new alternate. The Patriots are part of a group of like maybe 6 or 8 teams that got the special rivalry jerseys this year. And
Oh,
next year, I
yeah.
think it'll be another set of teams.
Yeah, as
And
well.
the
So it's like
anniversary jerseys.
right, the throwbacks, and you got the
Mm.
alternates. So they're starting to introduce it, but people are kind of pushing back a little bit of like,
Yeah.
you're just trying
they
to sell us
they
more
did-
crap.
They started doing it with like I can't remember like
all the sports,
you know,
sports
like
can't do it, honestly.
you take over a franchise and then
Mhm.
they're going back to the old franchise. I know
the throwback
Nordic,
jerseys.
yeah,
Nordic
the
call them the
throwback ones.
throwbacks.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
hold it. No, what? That you don't you got rid of them. Sorry, like that. But like
Mhm.
I suppose like football teams, like they always have your main kit and then think I don't
Then you get
mind.
the-
I
the-
think it's good
mhm.
that you have your away kit is always white, isn't it? Mostly.
So it depends the sport. So in the NBA and I believe the NHL, it's always white. But in football, you actually, if you're the home team, you wear the colors version. So if you have one that has more colors, you wear that one when you're home.
Okay, yeah, but
Yeah,
apart from
Orioles
that,
always used to be
That's how-
white for home and
Mhm.
black and or
Okay.
orange for
Yeah, but
away.
not
But
away, yeah.
sometimes
I think it's good. Like, I
Yeah.
don't need a third away kit. I don't need one. It's like that. And then, like,
Yeah, I
some
mean,
teams,
it's
like I think
cool.
Man City, have like a fourth kit. You're like,
Yeah.
you're just milking it for money.
Right.
You get one time played. Like, we've got a pink kit and they played it like twice. And it's like,
Mhm.
you're just trying to, like, they said, oh, it introduces more women that might
Oh,
want
the
to wear
breast
pink.
cancer
And I'm like,
awareness. That's what
No,
we
no, it's
did,
not even
yeah.
that. No, it's not even breast. It's like this fucking horrible candy pink. And it's just like, because women like to wear pink.
No, we
No,
don't.
women
Okay,
don't wear
excuse me.
pink.
No, I
Yeah.
don't own a piece of pink anything. Bubble gum. There you go.
Yeah.
That's my pink on my desk right now.
And it's just
I
like
do
that.
not
It's just
wear
like
pink.
people who think they know. Yeah, who what we know. You know what? If I support that team, I want to wear their home kit, the original, the one they actually have. So yeah,
Some are just classic too. Like I don't like to go too crazy with some of the designs on them, and those alternate or third kits tend to be the most colorful, crazy, combinations of things. I like just simple kits, simple jerseys,
Yeah.
Solid colors, solid numbers. I don't like to go too crazy with it. So I'm kind of I'm not necessarily against it. If you want to, wear, like, even the NFL this year, like those 8 teams that got rival jerseys, they all each only wore it once. That's part of the rules, and that's it. It's like, I don't get the point other than just to sell merchandise, and none of them looked all that good anyways. I would have preferred all the original jerseys for every team that had them. But
anyway, we always
all
get
do
back
it.
to sports. We have to do a sports club. And I need to get a baseball game and actually figure out how to play that, as I've made people watch a cricket game.
Oh, you know what?
It's a lot
enjoyed
less
watching you
complicated,
play-
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching you play cricket, but I still don't understand.
I watched it and I couldn't make a.
You don't know
single
what a
rule out of
googly
it.
is? Come
No,
on.
I don't know what a googly or a niblet or a no, that's golf or a, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
same.
great.
I
But
don't know what
everybody,
Ashy.
yeah. But everybody, I hope you've enjoyed this little mid between Christmas and New Year's film club with a bit of a hard hitter. But I really, really do appreciate everybody coming here, and I'm guessing Sandy and Jay also appreciates everybody coming here for a little bit of a investment into film club. And it's going to keep carrying on. We've got some good ones on the wheel coming up, and some bad ones still coming up, and we've still got your two takes on. I hate it. I hate it.
That's true. That's true.
Yes, and that's it. And then we were talking about me, Jade, was the ones you love. Was it your guilty pleasure? What would you pick? And she was very surprised on the one I would pick.
That's a
it.
good
She was
question.
like,
I'd have to think about that
the
one.
guilty pleasure. The guilty pleasure. And I said, it's not somebody that would think that you would
Oh,
like it.
I
and
might
it's
know
something
mine
good.
actually. I think mine just popped right into my head.
Ding.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah,
I've got
fair
one. I
enough.
think Sandy would like my guilty pleasure. That's it.
I don't know what
Not
mine
Sandy.
would
That
be.
sounded
Oh, I
weird.
do know what
That
mine would
sounded
be.
a bit weird.
Yeah, that was
No, I don't.
that was an
No.
interesting sentence. That was a hell of a way to end the show.
Yeah, there we go.
No, I don't, and I don't want to.
But everybody, have a great New Year's, and we will see you. Oh my God, how is this in 2026, people? 2026. Wow. Whoever thought that we would get there? Never know. After the 2000, everything was gonna explode, meltdown, and then we finally got to 2026. Where the flying cars are, I'm still waiting
the
for
hoverboards, time machines, DeLoreans.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, look at all the things we do have. From Star Trek, Picard would say, "Computer, what's the?" We now have "Hey Google" or "Hey Siri"
Yeah,
or
that's true.
Yeah.
Siri, or there's so much that we do have. No flying cars yet, but
no.
Watches
that
Except
we
for with
have
my
to
accent, I have to
communicate with.
speak into her at 10 times. Where is the nearest post office? Would you like a kebab? No.
Well, yes, but after the post
Yes,
office. Where
after
is
the
it?
post office,
Very much so. But Daryl, one day,
We'll get it one day.
we'll
my
get
friend.
there. We'll get there. That's it. We promise. We promise. There's enough on there, and it will be. But then it'll be like 3 in a row. But until then, everybody have a great rest of the holiday. Or if you're working in between, unlucky, I'm guessing. But otherwise, have a great one. Enjoy your time off. Have a great time. Have a lot of fun, and we will see you in the new year for Film Club. For now, as always, bye.